think we should be good. We should be live. Let me see. Yep. All right, cool. We're live on YouTube. Excellent. What up, guys? Welcome back to another night of Fate. Hopefully, it's going to be the last night. Not gonna say for sure. Obviously, because the dialogue and the exposition is going to be probably a lot. It's probably going to be a lot. But nonetheless, we're here. So, welcome back again. Welcome back to more Fate Remastered. We last left off on a pretty good point where we had some crazy character moments from Saber and, of course, Shiro having their moment of peace in the middle of a storm when it's going to be like, yeah, shit's going to hit the fan. And then, of course, the crazy, continued diabolical nature. Hold on, let me change my light. I don't know if it's like a lighting issue going on with my camera as late. I fixed some of the issues like we had last time. Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, so last time we left off was a crazy fucking cliffhanger with the goddamn Shiro and, his whole shtick with goddamn, oh my god, Kire and the goddamn manner of where he kind of left the children. And it's like, oh, right. Honestly, just type in fucking basement. Let me see. Brother. I looked up the other images. Starting off strong. We already got some goddamn technical glitches. We already got some glitches. Oh, lovely. Anyway, I am going to learn from last time where it's like, oh, don't do too many Google searches. For whatever reason, running this game and doing Google searches is like too impossible task, man. Just can't do it. It's impossible for my OBS. Other stuff, when I'm reading, not a big deal. Even other games, when I was running like Hollow Knight and stuff, not a big deal. Fate Remastered, my OBS. I can't do it anymore, sir. I just can't. It's like, all right. Anyway, yeah, so that's where we left off last time. Oh my god, fucking Kire. If I couldn't hate him already, I already hate him some more. I already do. Alright, so that needs to be reloaded. Anyway. I don't know why is this screen even more brightened than the other ones. I fixed one camera, another camera works. Yeah, the quality is just different as hell. Alright, whatever. Anyway, gonna learn from last time. Not gonna do too much frickin' searching because I know it's gonna crash. So we're just gonna go right in the game. We're gonna see how far we get tonight. Hopefully it's gonna be far, but we'll see. Hopefully it will be the end. Actually, far. Let me readjust my words. I hope it's gonna be the end. I hope I can end the game tonight, and I'll retitle the stream later. Like, we did it, Finn. It's done. But there's like a huge chunk. There's like a huge freaking chunk left to do. So, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so we're gonna do that. Why is I feel like the camera is way brighter than it should be. I feel like the camera is just way too bright. That's too dark. Alright, we'll just do that for right now. But alright, yeah. So we're going to try and get this done tonight. We're going to try and get it done. I'm hoping the ending's going to be good. Because I have been saying it time and time again. That the Fate route is looking to be probably the best route out of the main three. So your Fate, Unlimited Blade Works, and of course, Heaven's Feel. Out of the main three. We discussed a little bit of the Hollow Extra route last time without getting into too much spoilers. Crazy. We'll play that in the future. Most likely though, the next Fate game I do play, it's gonna be the Samurai Remnant one. But out of the main 3 routes, yo, listen, man. I know it's not the light novels I've gone through for the other 2, but I gotta say, man, I think Fate's clutching this one. The only thing it needs is a goddamn good adaptation. That's it. That's it. That's it, man. That's it. Hold on. Someone sent me a notification. Let me see. Someone sent me a notification. Bro, what the okay. All right, I'll get to this later. Oh my god. All right. All right. Oh, looks like I'll be reading something interesting later. That's going to be fun. All right. Well, that is going to be later / probably tomorrow me's problem of dealing with. I am not going to get on that right now. Okay. Anyway, let's get into this. Let's go. No more dilly-dallying. If we're going to have a lot to do, you need to strike while the iron is hot, as they say. So, yeah. The church, man. The church. The fucking church. The church of Kirei is vile. It is vile. So, right. We're going to pick up now with Saber's perspective on where Shiro went. All right, let's see if we can stick the ending. I am very curious on how we're going to do this. All right. Oh, of course, like the stream, subscribe, all that jazz, and also hydrate. Which, for me, is going to be a big deal. Oh, and last thing, if you haven't paid attention, we have a schedule now. Yay! So every week, we're going to be going in with a schedule. Hopefully, I make sure I do that on time. That way you guys have it. But it's going to be posted on YouTube, and it's going to be posted on my Twitter. So, there we go. We finally have it. It took a lot longer than I was intending it for it to be, but nonetheless, it's here, and it's imperfect, but I still love it. But yeah, so that was good. I posted that last night, so now you guys have a schedule of the week that we will be going through. That way, it has a little bit more of an easier organization for you guys, and of course for me. And yeah, very excited that we finally got that. All right, now we're here. When she awakens, there's no sign of Shiro. She makes her way to the living room, thinking he might be preparing a late lunch. But she finds no sign of either Shiro or lunch. Mm-hmm. You have. Also, is this a different Saber? No. I don't know. It sounds weird. Saber sits on a veranda, muttering to herself. It sounded different. It didn't sound like her normal Saber voice. Oh, wait. Tell me if the volume's too low for you guys. Actually, hold on. Let me check my OBS. Just make sure it's coming through all the way for you. All right. It should be. Just want to double check. Honestly, I know he likes to walk around by himself, but there's no point in cooperation if he simply keeps doing this. Yeah, and getting captured. Or worse. Saber lets her feet dangle over the veranda. Eventually, she grows tired of this, and she looks up pensively. The sky is ashen gray. A heavy canopy of clouds slowly drifts overhead. She can see breaks in the cloud cover in the distance. It should clear up by nightfall. If the stars are visible, she will be able to read her fortune for tomorrow. She still remembers how to read stars. her mage mentor taught her long, long ago. Oh, did he? Did he do that? Yeah? If the stars are visible, she will be able to read her own fortune for tomorrow. She still remembers how to read the stars. Her mage mentor taught her. Merlin taught her how to fortune read with stars. Okay. Alright, that's kind of a neat little lore. Yo, too bad I feel like every time she needs it, she doesn't have the fucking stars. In life, she only looked there to see whether she was taking the right path. But tonight, just this once, she decided to try to predict a certain someone's future. Look at this. She's finally not thinking of the destiny of others. Or in the sense of she's not putting the duty first. She's putting her own selfish needs ahead. And that is, of course, tying into Shiro. Okay, Shiro is already making impacts onto her existence. Good job, Shiro. Good job. If possible, she hopes for a brighter tomorrow. She wants to predict any dangers that may lie ahead. Learn what she needs to guide him in a proper direction. He's so reckless. How can she not worry about him? She won't sleep peacefully unless she can at least read the stars.
さて、問題はこの町から観測できる星の位置ですが。
Yeah, like, considering the stars you were reading all those centuries ago, and the position of your own coordinates now in Japan, chances are I don't know if you'll be able to read those, but sure. As she thinks back, she realizes she's not once looked up at the sky before today. Her priority has always been winning the Holy Grail, not reading fortunes in the star sky. That can also be another thing of, like, the idea of smelling the flowers and, all that kind of jazz, where it's like stopping to take a moment. And again, it goes into what Shiro wants for her. She knows this isn't like her. Even so, she still considers trying to read the stars, and anxiously waits for the night to come. This represents quite a change of her heart. Right there. Right there. So Shiro's making gains on changing her. All he had to do was rest with her. In the uncensored version, he rested with her. Yeah. She chuckles, thinking she's just like the girls in love she's read about in books before. She looks up at the sky and look at this. Oh.
Oh, そういえば、シロがどこに行ったか知らない？リン。
Having a blissful moment to herself, then Rin. Saber bolts upright.
なんでしょう。私は別にシロの軍門に下ったわけではありませんが。
Oh my god. Yo! I have not surrendered to myself to Shiro or anything, but in the censored version, it's actually a little bit more funnier. In the uncensored version, wild sense right there. Wow, I have not surrendered myself to Shiro or anything. Okay, alright. Saber gives a hasty excuse, blushing deeply.
あれ？もしかしてお邪魔だった？
Rin smiles wickedly. Perhaps it's because they've been living under the same roof, but Rin can read Saber like a book. Shiro too, for that matter. She has a good instinct when it comes to the other people's affairs, and she can tell something's between the two of them. And so she has a pretty clear idea what happened the night before. Again, this is a censored version, so nothing really happened. What's there was some beauty in that?
まあ、からかうのは後にしておいて、冗談抜きでシロを知らない？イリアの熱が上がってるみたいだから、ちょっと手伝ってもらおうと思ったんだけど。
A fever? A real fever, or is she like trying to like cozy up to Shiro?
イリアスフィールが彼女の容体は落ち着いたのではないのですか？それがどうにもね。シロには黙ってたけど、あの子そろそろ限界よ。聖杯戦争っていう儀式が終わらない限り元には戻らない。
She's on the
あ
brink.
の子のキャパは破格だけど、
Yo, does Ilya have to
Pero,
die in
no,
like
no, no.
every one of these versions, man? Is
今
that
は
like
ま
it?
だ
Like,
かろ
nah,
う
she
じて
can't
容
live.
量が空いているから余分な機能が働いている。けど満ちてしまえば一番不要な人間としての機能を捨てるしかない。イリアスフィールはね、聖杯戦争が進めば進むほど壊れていくように作られているの。
Transfigurate and be used for something else. Rin's words are ominous and even a bit obfusc. Oh man. Oh fuck me. Okay. Offuscating. All right. Google, don't crash on me. What's this word? Help me. Help me, Google. Please. Obfuscating?
Obfuscate.
Obfuscate. I've never heard that word before. Obfuscate.
Obfuscate.
Okay. Render obscure, unclear, or unintelligible. Bewildered. The spell changes will deform some familiar words and obfuscate the etymology of the origin to make unclear. Okay. Rin's words are ominous and even a bit obfuscating, so it's unclear. Saber doesn't completely understand what she's talking about, so Rin is kind of more aware of Ilya's situation than Saber is. Alright, fair enough.
あ、いいのよ。今のはわからないように言ったんだから。イリアのことは置いておきましょう。それよりランサーのことだけどね。あいつのマスター誰だかわかったんだけど。
Oh, have you? Oh, have you? And who would that be?
ランサーのマスターが判明したのですか。
まあ、わかったっていうか、前からわかってたっていうか。
You knew all along. I feel like she says that in every route. Like, oh, I always knew Kirei was going to do something, but it's like you never do anything with that information.
実はね、ランサーのマスターは魔術協会から派遣された外来のマスターなのよ。それ自体はとっくに分かってて、ついさっき、そいつのねぐらを見つけてきたんだけど。
リン、そのような危険なことは避けるべきです。敵の陣地が分かったのなら私に言ってくれればいい。
私だってそのつもりだったわよ。けどさ、外から様子を探ってたらどうもおかしいのよ。で、留守っぽいなって中に入ってみたら、あったのは血の跡と。
Okay. So they're giving more context into exactly how did Kirei obtain Lancer. The loopholes, man.
それ以外は何もなかった。体ごとレイジを奪われ、しかもあの出血量じゃ生存は絶望的でしょうね。ランサーのマスターはとっくにやられてたのよ。
His original master, you should say.
では、ランサーはすでにいないのですか。10日前、シロを襲った後に他のサーバントに倒されたと。
だったらいいんだけどね。結婚はもっと前のものだった。これどういうことかわかる？
サーバントを倒さず先にマスターを倒した。そうしてマスターから霊獣を奪い、ランサーと契約したマスターがいるということですか。ですが
残っているマスターは私とシロだけでしょ。けどランサーはまだ残っている。
That means there's someone else in
ってことは
play.
マスターじゃない魔術師が霊獣を奪ってマスターになってるってことだけど、セイバー、そういうのってできるものなの？
You think that's even possible? I mean, why not? Which is funny because in the other route, she actually does that to Shiro and Saber, where she actually takes Saber. So.
いいえ、霊獣の移植はマスターかサーバント、そのどちらかによるものだけです。いかに優れた魔術師といえど、霊獣を奪ったところでマスターにはなれません。
Maybe it's not necessarily stealing, but outright giving.
そう。
As we saw in Fate
じゃあ
Zero.
もう一つ。マスターっていうのはさ、聖杯が消えてなくなっても霊獣が残っていて、かつサーバントさえ残っていればいつまでもマスターなの？
Can you still be a master if you still have command spells and a servant even after the Holy Grail disappears? That's actually an interesting question.
そうですね。リンの言う通りです。レイジュとサーバントさえ残っていれば、聖杯戦争が終わったとしても、その魔術師は
It
マスターとしての権利
supersedes the Holy Grail. Wait a minute. So when the three families, which we learned about last time, were making the system, they made the system to where, who was it? I think it was the gosh dang, Einsberg knew how to make the Grail appear. The Tosikas knew how to, like, summon the dead, apparently. Like, they were fucking necromancers out of nowhere. That's their lore. And then the Matois knew how to bind them through the command spells, if I remember correctly. And the Matois have, like, so many different names, apparently. Weird. So the Matois made a way that the Holy Grail War would have command spells that supersede the war itself. Really? That's a weird thing, unless they were going to use that for something, which, I mean, they betrayed each other constantly, so I guess not impossible, it's just, still is kind of crazy. But, alright. Saber falls silent as she realizes what Rin is really asking.
では、リンはランサーのマスターを殺し、ランサーと再契約したのはその。
ええ、それ以外ないと思う。そう思うとランサーの行動にも納得がいくのよ。あいつさ、他のサーバントの様子を探るのが役割みたいだったじゃない。戦えば自分の正体を明かしてしまうっていうのに、あいつは自分の正体を隠すでもなく、他のサーバントにちょっかい出してた。それってつまり、あいつは諜報専門だったってことでしょ？
Yep.
同感です。私と戦った時も、彼は最後まで戦わなかった。宝具を使った以上、見せた相手は倒すのが私たちの定石だというのに。
そう。だからランサーのマスターにはもう一人サーバントがいたのよ。ランサーに敵の正体を探らせておいて、その後に正体不明の戦闘性用のサーバントをぶつける。
You're 90% there, man. Yeah, you're 90% figured it out.
まあ、ランサーにしてみればいい迷惑だったろうけど、6人のサーバント全員と戦って、その手口を調べ上げた上で。
Right, fucking trial and error, yeah. Guerrilla tactics. Send them out, get the intel, get the hell out of there.
6人すべてと引き分けなんて。
Yo, that's kind of a coup upscale right there. Wait a minute now. Let's give him some props there, yeah. So at some point, Ilya ran across him. I wonder if it was that time when she had a retreat. If you probably go through the, Unlimited Blade Work route, it will probably go into the time when Ku maybe fought against her or something. Ring closes her mouth, lost in thought. As if following Rin, Saber suddenly feels a chill down her spine. Lancer's master has already been killed. The unidentified master uses a heroic spirit as strong as Lancer's solely for espionage. And, just as the master seems to have expected that the only remaining servants would be Lancer and Saber, if they face such a powerful enemy, then letting Shiro out on his own is very dangerous during the day. I mean, it's already not worked twice already, so it's like, yeah, maybe we should, put a leash on him. There are multiple enemies before, but now there are not that many enemies remaining to defeat. If Shiro is the only one left to defeat, the enemy might not follow their earlier strategy. Yeah, now it's time to hit. Now that she had the thought, she cannot stop the worrying. Shiro cannot be left alone. Even now, her master may be in grave danger.
どうだろう。知らないから聞いたんだけど、もしかしたら綺麗なとこかな。
And this is why cell phones would become very, very important for fucking GPS tracking. But knowing this universe, they'll have some weird magic barrier shit like in JJK. It's like, nah, cell phone signals don't work. Sure. I asked you because I don't know. It's possible he went to Kirei's place. He actually went there to discuss something the other day. True. That would be my first guess to go.
あの教会に。
何をセイバー、怖い顔して。
いえ、そういうわけではないのですが。
That church is nothing but holy. Holy shit. Stagnant death and stagnant air linger in that place on par with the Ryolu Temple, which we never went, right? Yeah, I just realized this. In this version, we never went to the Ryolu Temple. The moment she thinks Shiro might be in a place like that alone, an image somewhere other than the Emiya house flashes in her mind. Alright, they're weirdly linked, even more so. She stares into the distance, towards Kotomine's church on top of the hill. There's no time to delay. Saber leaps out into the yard and jumps onto the wall.
ちょっとセイバー、いきなり何よ。
教会に向かいます。後のことは任せました、リン。
Without looking back at Rin, Saber jumps off the wall. She moves with all the speed of a bullet fired from a gun. To the church. She neither slows nor stops her way to her destination. If anyone caught sight of her, she would look like nothing more than a gust of wind. Yo, she's become the British Blur. A strike of silver and blue. Never mind, let's call her the Silver Blur. The instant she reaches the top of the hill and catches sight of the enemy's territory, Saber's arms herself. And Saber arms herself without a second thought. She decided to put on the armor once she was inside the church. Hold on. Okay. Oh my god. Lord. Alright, anyway. Okay. So she decides to put on her armor once she's inside the church. But she wouldn't help herself. The instant that the church comes into view, her fury overtakes her, and she is armed and armored without even truly thinking about it. Instincts, baby. Her chest burns. The nausea she's been feeling isn't her own. The chill is running down her spine. It's coming from her master. The hopeless scent of death reaches her nostrils. Why is this happening? She isn't sure. What does she know is that Shiro Emiya is on the verge of death. There's no time to waste. He is gravely injured and could die at any second. The pain and cold have morphed into an unbearable nausea that grips her whole body. And that is less than 1,000th of the pain Shiro feels. He's not going to make it. Even if she moves with godlike speeds, he won't survive. Every second brings him closer to death. She may arrive just in time to watch her master die. Yo, you need a tunnel. As soon as she imagines the scent, she feels all the senses and reasons flee her. All she can do is run towards her master as fast as she can. If godlike speed will not bring her to him in time, then she must simply break even the laws of God. Oh, yeah, as you do, of course. She struggles to control her anger as she glares at the church. The tightly shut church doors offer no obstacles to her, simply blown wide open with the force of her approach. Rows of pews fail to even slow her down. She smashes through chapels, passes through the courtyard, rushes down the stairs, leading to the basement. Behind her, the church is left within ruins. Yo, fuck this church. Saber is not usually so violent. For all she knows, she opened the door calmly. She may not even remember expanding so much magical energy in her run through town. She simply could not control herself. So fast and out of control is she that particularly rolls down the stairs. Death closes in on all sides. When she finally sees what horrors the basement holds, her fury overwhelms her. Fury directed at herself and at the enemy responsible for this. No, go. Don't piss her off, man. She doesn't even hear Lancer's own voice as he bears her path. All hope of control or resistance is gone. However much she might try, she can no longer control her strength. She is a torrent, man. A torrent of rage. Her lord is somewhere within the darkness. In that back room. Not Kirei's back rooms, man. Those are not the fucking regular back rooms you want to go into, but that's the extra fucked back room, man. He's lying there, face down, at the center of a room, roomed of people by living corpses. Damn, she can even tell that. Wow. A pool of blood spreads out beneath him, the sound of frantic breathing echoing all the way to the sanctuary. He is alive. Relieved though she is. She shudders to think how long she left him alone. To be fair, it was his decision. Stupid as it was, his decision. Saber enters the back rooms. Oh, I'm gonna need some art. I'm gonna need some art of that. I'm gonna take a snapshot of that. That's kind of funny. Oh, I forgot my I'll get it in a minute. I forgot to have them up. Ugh. There we go. Save that for later for some memes. And where are you? Yes, here you are. I forgot to have you up. I gotta remember that. Well, for next time. If we don't finish. Saber enters the back rooms. But a guard blocks her way, holding his long spear behind him. The blue spearman meets Saber's glaze fiercely. Ah, shit. Here we go again. Yo. I said, this is it for you, Saber. Bud, get the fuck out the way. I love you, Ku, but get the hell out the way. She does not hear him. So, she does not stop. Bulldozing. You are not the concern right now. His ability to insult Saber while parrying her attack is frankly impressive. Lancer manages to block Saber's surprise attack with his spear, but he can do nothing more about the sheer strength behind it, and retreats back to the nearby wall. So parries it, but there's some recoil. There's nothing in Saber's way now. She doesn't have time to deal with the Lancer. Her master is on the verge of death, and she has to save him. Yeah. Chair. I mean, she can. Saber stops as she heads to the back. I swear, I clean this thing like once a day, and it always somehow gets like dust everywhere. There we go. All right.
それはどういう意味ですか、ランサー。
いや、何な。そいつの胸を串刺しにしたのは俺なんだが、実はこれは二度目でね。以前は確かに殺したって。
Yeah, true, right? Second time. I got him twice now. Next time I get a free hole punch. I thought I killed him last time, but he survived somehow. This time I made sure to get him good.
貴様シローにゲイボルクを使ったのか。
You used the gag. Bulg on him.
安心しろ。心臓は外してやった。だが呪いはそのままだぞ。
Made sure to hit him, but not in the heart. Curse is still there.
セイバー、貴様とてこの槍の呪いは知っていよう。因果を逆転させる原因の槍。こいつの呪いを受けた者は、よっぽどの幸運がない限り、運命を変えられない。
Well, I mean, fuck, how good's Avalon? How good is Avalon? Because there's the idea that Shiro might have Avalon inside of him right now. Is the idea. Hello? Moshi Mosh? Did my game just close? What the f... Fate. Why? Alright, hold on. What the fuck? Can never live outside of technical issues. Alright. Continue. Where we leave off? Whoa. Oh, no. What's happening? Why are you not loading? That's not good. Game. As we're like literally near the end. Please. Yeah. Oh my god. Are you serious? What the? Why? Why? Are you serious right now? As we're literally like at the tail end of the game. It did this once before, and I had to restart my PC. I have no idea why, but... Okay, everyone, hold up. Everyone, hold up. Let me check some stuff. Love technical issues. Love it. Oh my god. Drivers. OBS. Everything should be fine. RTX. Performance, GPU, watts, temperature. What is happening? I mean, temperature's a little high, but that shouldn't be an issue. Settings. Driver. Use GeForce driver. What the fuck just happened? Let me see this. Add a program. Let me see. Love it when my things don't work. Again, I don't know why my camera is just so bright. Let me see. Fate Remastered program does not support optimization. Let's see. What is happening? Pretty sure we should be up to date with all that information. All right. Let's try this again. Let's see if it will open up now. Without any issues, hopefully. No. Oh, wow. Now it doesn't even get to the goddamn opening. Okay. All right. Well, that's a problem. What is happening? Are you serious? What the fuck is happening? All right. Let me see. We might have to like briefly pause the stream in a second. So give me 1 second. Might have to restart some stuff. I do apologize. If I have to restart the stream again, so sorry. Okay. I think we should be back again. Think we should be back. Had to restart. Let's see. As we are literally just about the end. All right. I'm not gonna. I don't know why you say you're not supported by Nivea if you're literally gonna be popping up there, but whatever. All right. Let's see if this works. All right. All right. So far it looks like it's working. This is good. The only negative thing is now we kind of have to like start everything again. So it's kind of like great. So that kind of sucks. But well, not like everything again. Let me let me clarify. We have to start where we started off in the beginning of the stream. So it is what it is there. It is what it is. But that's all right. We'll just honestly we'll just speed all the way there until we get caught back up again. Make sure you're good. Game capture. There we go. Oh, what a lovely, lovely evening for technical glitches. All right, we'll get there. Okay, let's just go. Alright, so I'm just gonna leave it on the auto until we get to the goddamn church. Till we get to the church. Again, I do apologize for the technical issues. Sometimes my fucking OBS and I guess my PC, I don't know, man. Because this happened once before with Fate, but only it's happened recently. Not at any other time. So I don't know if it's something with my drivers. I don't know if I need like more space. Whatever it is, it's just annoying. When we get to the church, I'm going to save. When we get to the church, I'm going to save just in case if this happens again, where it's like, oh my god, glitch.
あ、そういえば、シロがどこに行ったか知らない？リン。なんでしょう？私は別にシロの軍王に下ったわけではありませんが。
Interesting. I feel like I'm faster than this.
あれ？もしかしてお邪魔だった？まあ。
Well, now that we're having these glitches, I don't know if we're going to get done tonight, but
あ、いいのよ。
I will do my best. I will.
おう、実リン。私だってそのつもりだって。それ以外。では、だったらいいんだ。サーバン、そうしてですが。残ってってことは。
いいえ。レイジの移植はマスターか。
そう。
え、そうですね。リンの言う。では、リンは。
ええ。それ、あいつさ、それってつまり。
同感です。
そう。だから、まあ、ランサーにしてみれば。
Like, I feel like every time, like, now I gotta go before on stream. I gotta, like, test open OBS, run real quick with something, have it crash, then, like, restart my PC, and then it's fine. It's like, I gotta do a whole chain of events. It's like, what the fuck? Just fucking work! I don't know. Alright, anyway, yeah, we're skipping through. For people watching VOD, sorry, I do apologize. Yep, has the image of the goddamn church. Yep. Mm-hmm. The church. Mm-hmm. She makes her way there. There we go. Alright, let's get to the goddamn saber face. There we go. Alright. Quickly. Save. Save. Just in case. Just in case. Alright, here we go. So, now we're more caught up. So, we're gonna get through this. They have their little back and forth.
いきなり見境なしか。そんなに坊主が大事か？そりゃ構わねえが、ならなおのこと。
それはどういう意味ですか？
いや、何な。そいつの胸を串刺しにしたのは俺なんだが、実はこれは二度目でね。以前は確かに殺。
貴様。
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
ゲイボルクを使ったのか。
Yo, you know what? Fucking goddamn coup used gay bulg on my goddamn PC. It just said, no. Cause and effect. Shut down. I'm like, oh, damn it, gay bulg. Damn it. Right. Alright, so don't have to worry. I avoided this hard. The curse is still there, though.
Saber. 貴様とてこの槍の呪いは知っていよう。因果を逆転させる原因の槍。こいつの呪いを受けた者は、よっぽどの幸運がない限り、運命を変えられない。まあ、単純に言ってしまえば、ゲイボルクによってつけられた傷は癒されることはない。呪いを受けた者は決して回復できず、死に至るまで傷を背負うことになる。この世に、この槍がある限りな。
As long as the spirit exists, as you say. As long as it exists. At that moment, the air changed. A flicker of intelligence and reason lights up into Saber's eyes.
ようやく理解できたか。そこの坊主を助けたいんだろう？ならまず、俺との決着をつけなくちゃな。
Gotta take care of the goddamn spear. Lancer's bestial bloodlust drives him forward into Saber's reach. Which is crazy, because you're the goddamn spear user. You should have the reach. He's deadly serious, but...
正気ですか、ランサー。この狭い室内で、僧兵であるあなたが剣士である私と戦うと。そのような愚行、あなたの考えとは思えない。今ならば見逃します。その槍を置いて去りなさい。このような不本意な戦いで、あなたの首を取る気はない。
それこそ愚行じゃねえのか？一体どこの英霊が自分の相棒を置いてくってんだよ。
It's not abandoned. It's more like, you know, he kind of goes off on his own. It's a wild card.
取引をするためにそいつを刺したわけじゃない。俺はな、お前と殺し合いをするためにここにいる。
He's not lying. Lancer has no intentions of letting either of them leave alive. For him, this is the first and only battle where he can truly go all out. Lancer's wish is not for the Holy Grail. Smart. His wish is to fight a battle worthy of heroes. Such a simple wish, one any servant would always be granted, has been denied to him. I forget his story. I forget like his full story. I don't know if it's actually fully touched up in Unlimited Blade Works. It's definitely not in Heaven's Field. Yeah, I forget his story. So he has no intentions of missing what may be his final chance. Even if the situations happen to be unfavorable. The glory of combat.
いいでしょう。ならばその槍、お見事叩き切って捨てるだけだ。
Saber raises her invisible air and faces the Blue Knight.
よく言った。白状するとな。貴様が最後に残ってくれて嬉しいぜ、セイバー!
Too bad she didn't get to fight Assassin again in this one. Lancer's spear pulses with light. Saber confronts him without the hesitation. The rematch begins with a desperate blow from both sides. Interlude out, aka back to Shiro. How you doing, Shiro? Oh God, Shiro, please, not the... What the fuck? Okay, yo. Alright, game. It hurts, that's what I wanted to say. Jesus fucking flashbangs, man, please. The sound of my ragged breathing fills the ears. My fever is so hot, it burns anyone who touches me. It feels like my brain is melting and oozing right out of my skull. Ow. Stop. Yamiro. It's like everything has melted away, but every nerve in my body still screams with agony. My God, the goddamn flashbangs, game, please. Like, boom, boom, boom. Like, yes, thank you. I had eyes that worked, but not anymore. Not anymore. And again, I don't know why everything's coming off, like, so light mode right now. It's like, I'm pretty dim in here. Maybe I gotta... For this segment, I might have to turn off my lights. For this, or like my overhead at least. Let's see. It looks okay. Just want to see how it looks on for your guys' stuff. Now, even with the lights off, it's still super bright. Wow, crazy. Alright. Help! My mind's burnt out. There's a hole in my heart and a void in my stomach. That's a lot of people's feelings right now. I want to vomit, but there's nothing left in me. The twisted feeling of nausea grows stronger from inability to vomit. If that continues to happen, you're probably going to cough up blood. All I can do is bite down on the pain. Somehow, in spite of all of it, I still cling to a consciousness. Pain is an old friend, and I know how to endure it. That's some Doctor Strange right there. You will never win, and you will suffer. Well, pain's an old friend. Game. No more flashbangs, please. Thank you. Go back. Go back. Go back. But the voices don't stop. They fill every corner of the emptiness left in me after the pain has burned everything out, everything else out. I know whose voice this belongs to. The void of death over here. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. I'm going mad. With each echo, a stabbing pain shoots through my chest. I'm not afraid. I just have no answer. No way to respond. No way to make it right. Yo, the empty void over here, please. My eyes. I have to do this like every time I read. Wait. Oh my god, see? They beg and plead and cry. There is nothing I can do. I desperately want to help, but I can't. Oh, the children? The children? I think he's talking about the kids. I can't even ask them to stop. No matter how much they beg, I cannot respond. Hold on. No flashbang yet? I'm sure. Damn you, game. You're making me hesitant. I really will go mad if this doesn't stop. Yep. Aha, I gotcha. Nice try, game. Return. Oh, damn it. You bastard. So are the kids saying, nah, it's not your time yet? You must be the hero for all of us. They repeat it again, and 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 again. And I cannot do anything about it. All I can do is give them an end. All I can do is fix the paradox of life and death. All I can do is punish the architect of this hell. Please. And, hold on. I can't reverse all the sadness and death. Yo, take that to heart, Shiro. Not just for this case, but all cases. You need that. No flash? Damn you, game. That's my limit. A champion of justice is someone who can only clean up a mess that's already been made. You'll never be able to save the very people you're hoping to save, right? Again, the storyline, at least in Fate, the Fate route specifically is helping versus saving. Right now, he can help them, but have they been saved depends on your point of view. I would argue, yes, he could still save them by ending their suffering, but ultimately it might come across as more of of helping rather than saving, which is, preventing this terrible, terrible thing from happening to them. Who said that again? I refuse to believe it, but now I'm being confronted with the very truth, right? Like we're in fucking FMA right now. I want to get out of here. I can't save them. I can't do anything but take it in. I have nothing to give back. No miracle to grant. I'm not strong enough to defy the words saying that a champion of justice can only go so far. But if I did have a miracle at the ready, I would. Block, kind of. Game. Save the kids somehow. I don't know.
来たか。そら、目を覚ませエミヤシロ。お前のサーバントがやってきたぞ。
Yo, Kirei, shut the fuck up, man. I hear a voice. Alright, now I can turn my light back. It was too bright. It was too bright. I was in the goddamn white void over here. I hear a voice. It's right behind me. But I can't make out what it's saying. Flashbangs never cease, man. My vision's blurry. Same. I can't make out what's in front of me either. There are only the voices crying out for help. There is only a room choked with the bodies of those who have died.
よくやっているが、やはりセーバーにはかなわぬか。どちらにせよ、あと一人分のサーバントは必要なのだ。
Mm-hmm.
それがセーバーであろうとランサーであろうと構わないのだが。
Yo, shut up, Kirei. Shut up. Your words have ended. I can hear the words, but his voice echoes within my head.
出番だ。もう少し前に行こうか。エミヤシロ。
Yo, I've been ready, man. I've been ready. Something pulls my head upwards. He grabs me by the back of my head and drags me forward. This is, yo, disrespectful. That's all he can do, man. That's all Kirei does. Disrespect. Oh, I know it's coming. Alright. I can feel who it is now. This is the man that had been consumed by the darkness. Nah, he is the darkness. On some, Hiei shit. I no longer control the dragon of the darkness flame. I am the dragon of the darkness flame. He is darkness. He is the darkness, because for him, that is truth. That is light. That is understanding. His heart is ashen. He is draped in shadow. This corruption creeps into him, and it has tethered itself to him. I don't know what has happened, but I do know. This man, Kirei Kotomine, he's like me, really. He suffered a fatal wound, but somehow remains in the world. As Saber's power lets me regenerate, Kirei Kotomine preserves his body within darkness. Metaphorically, right? I don't think that's the case, as far as I remember. What's going on? I still can't make out what's going on. I can't even lift my own head.
もともと私たちは聖杯を求める同士ではないか。そうむやみに殺し合いなどするものではないぞ。セイバーがこの男を引き取りに来ただけというのならば、喜んで引き渡そう。
He laughs ominously.
それを信じろというのですか。ランサーのマスターを殺し、今また私のマスターをその手にかけようとする貴様の言葉を信じろと。
Who is that? I can't tell by the sound of a toning bell. The voice helps refocus my mind.
信じたまえ。私はお前たちと争う気はない。季節してこのような形になってしまったが、お前たちが聖杯を取ろうというのなら邪魔はしない。もとより。私の役割は聖杯の持ち主を見極め。
And who do you think is rightful claim?
ここまで残ったお前たちには十分すぎるほど資格がある。
Then why did you kill the master and take your own servant? You are just so tiresome, Kirei.
ここに聖杯があるというのか、貴様は。
I would not trust him. Not in this little shop of horrors here.
あるとも。聖杯はどこにでもある。
It exists in the ether. Then it exists everywhere. Alright, you cheeky.
聖杯とはもとより形のない器だ。いつ、どこで、何に呼び出すかによって完成度が変わるのだが。呼び出すだけならこの土地にも資格がある。
Interesting. In the beginning, it has no form. The complicated form is dependent on where it is summoned. When and what form the vessel will take, it can manifest within the church. Interesting. So the sub-variant that the Einsberg and the Totsukas make after depicting what they found in Utopia, back in the ancient world days of, gods and stuff. They said they found a pot of true magic, and that's what they used to based off of the Holy Grail.
無論サーバントが残り一人にならなければ聖杯は未完成だが、その出来でも大抵の願いは叶えられるだろう。それで満足がいかぬのならば、そ
Sufficient.
の時こそ最後の殺し合いを始めればよい。いや、私としては気乗りがしないが、お前たちが望むのならば付き合おう。決着をつけるのはその時でいいのではないかな、ランサー。
Look at this man. No matter what scenario, he wants to come out on top.
よくはね、そんな回りくどいことをする必要はない。白黒つけるなら今すぐできるだろう。
この状況でか。室内ではお前には不利だろうし、セイバーとて主が気になって戦えまい。これではお前にとって満足のいく戦いとは言えないが。
And to be fair, though, how you fight, man, you just do whatever the hell you want. Someone spits. The other man must have given in.
なら一つ聞かせろ。聖杯ってのは何だ？あれは残り一人にならなければ現れないものじゃなかったのか。俺たちを呼んだ連中は初めからペテンにかけてた。
A lot of the rules that are told to people about how this system works is a bunch of baloney. It's like, yeah, actually, you can summon it right now. It may not grant a lot of wishes, but it can grant most wishes. Oh, by the way, there are greater and lesser grails. Oh, and by the way, the omnipotency of it. Well, we'll see. I'm sure they'll talk about it.
いや、事実ではある。聖杯はサーバントが残り一人にならなければ現れない。だが、聖杯を下ろす器は別だ。
The vessel.
あれは初めから形あるものとして用意され、聖杯召喚の時まで力を流し込まれていく。残るサーバントがあと二人だけという状況ならば、すでに聖杯としての力を持ち始めていよう。
Yo, Potato King, what's going on? When's the TF2 stream? I mean, if my PC can handle it, man. Yo, my PC is like, some days it runs like a champ. Other days, I open up one Google search while I have my OBS open, falls apart. It's like, please. I mean, just like 30, 40 minutes ago, the game just all of a sudden, like after like an hour of playing, said, oh yeah, so I'm just not going to load anymore. Why? I had to restart my entire goddamn PC just for everything to run smoothly. So far, knock on wood. So I don't know, man. I don't know, because I've had this issue in the past with Marvel Rivals where it's like, I'll get like maybe an hour and a half of playing Marvel Rivals, and all of a sudden the PC's like, all right, so you're done now. It's like, no, I wasn't. I wasn't done, but it just shuts me down out of Marvel Rivals. I'm like, oh, okay then. So for TF2, I mean, I would like to imagine it could run smoother with less issues, even for my setup. But most likely that would probably be a similar fate, where it's just like, we might do like an hour and a half at most, but then all of a sudden, like, my PC says, all right, time to wrap it up, buddy. Go touch grass, because I'm going on my break. But, sure, man, sure. If I can guarantee that TF2 isn't going to be shitty, maybe we'll do it in the future or something. I'm going to be terrible, by the way. I will be terrible. I've never played TF2, but we can do that. How you doing, Potato, by the way? I hope you're doing well.
アインツベルンの用意した聖杯がどんなものか、うすうす分かっているのではないか。そう、聖杯は常にここにあり、生贄の地で満つる時を待つ。
So she hasn't really talked too much about Elia's mom, which is fascinating. She doesn't talk about that in the other routes as much either. I think maybe a little bit more in Unlimited Blade Works, but not too much. Not too much.
だが、 それは虚しいとは思わないか。何も残り一人になるまで付き合うことはない。お前たちの望みを叶えるだけならば、今の状態でも可能だろう。ならば、ここで意味のない摂取をすることもあるまい。
There's nothing to...
そうですね。確かに貴様の言い分は正しい。だが、だとしたら貴様は何者だ。貴様の目的は聖杯を手に入れることではないのか。
私は選定役だと言っただろう。ふさわしい人間がいるのならば、喜んで聖杯は譲る。
And why do you need a servant for that, my guy? Why do you need a servant for that? You could have just let the other guy participate, but nah, you jacked his servant.
そのために、まずはお前の言葉を聞きたいのだ、エミヤシロ。
Flashbangs again, please, game. I'm moving. Someone grabs my head and jerks me up. It hurts. The wound in my chest rips open. My world goes white with pain.
案ずるな。ただ返事を聞くだけだ。聖杯は求める者にのみ答える。己のマスターが聖杯にふさわしいかどうか、お前とて興味はあろう。
I think he has, but it's not what he wanted.
シロは聖杯を欲しがらない。
Wrong! False.
私の
He
マスタ
does
ー
now.
お前のようなゲスではない。
ああ、この男は初めからそう言っていたな。
Yo, he's gonna use that little conversation talk.
だがそれは本心ではあるまい。あらゆる人間に闇があるよ。この男にも限る。
Yo, he's calling love and compassion, wanting to give her a better future, dark desires that fester in all of man. There is no exception, even him. To an extent, there's some truth to that. Like, love can become obsession very, very quickly if you're not careful. So that can become a very festering emotion there. But, like, damn. Anything that's seen positive, Kirei, oh, you're evil. It's like, what are you talking about?
例えばそう。10年前のあの日、この少年は本当に何も恨まなかったのか。その先にあったものを忘れることで振り払っているのではないか。
No, wait. What the hell is he talking about? The fire 10 years ago has nothing to do with this. This is all meaningless. There's nothing here.
その傷を切開する。さあ、
Open your mind.
懺悔の時だ。エミヤシロ。
My body buckles. Pain shoots down my spine like lightning. In its wake, I feel my mind separating from my body. What is? Can he project his mind, his memories? My vision goes red. Aha! Oh, not yet. Stop. Stop. Yamiro! 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 There we go. Stop. 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 Stop! I'm waiting for it to flash. I know it's going to happen. There's nothing here. Remembering this saves no one. Aha! Blocked you, you bastard. Everyone died. All of them. Not the orphans. Not until later. I was the only one left amidst the flame. Ashen corpses beneath smoldering rubble, crying out from every direction. Damn. Put my oil. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. I alone continued on. I needed help. I needed someone to save me. I kept on, never once looking down. Stop. The entire time, there were others calling out for help. The moment they saw someone still moving. Stop. Help. 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 I knew Of course I knew. I pushed through anyway. I turned my back on those voices. Oh, new perspective here. Lingered, but what did he do with lingering? Did he choose to help anyone around him? I turned my back on the sounds of all those trying so frantically to escape. I turned my back on those pleading not to die. I turned my back on my mother, on mothers begging me to take their children. I turned my back on the daisy gaze of those too weak for help. I kept pushing forward alone, desperate for someone to save me. Listen, Shiro. Excuse me. Shiro, you were a kid yourself, A. B, even if you could, let's say, take a kid, you can't take all the kids. You can't. He truly has such survivor's guilt. Wait. I could not stand to see their bodies. I couldn't stand to seeing people suffer and die. I was sure I couldn't save them. I was sure they died no matter what. So I kept pushing on. Stop. Alright, what are we doing here? Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. His memories? That's why I never stopped. I thought I had to live, even if just for another second. If people died without being able to do anything, so long as they could make it, I thought I had to live. Stop. I was destroyed in the progress. I held back tears and pushed on. I sought out an escape. Each step was harder than the last as I ignored the plea for help. It would have been easier. It would have been easier to go on if I asked for forgiveness, so I never did. Maybe it was the only way I could it was the only way I could own up to the truth. That I was actually helpless to do anything. Stop. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Just as I wished, I alone was saved. The other children were at the hospital, were those that had been in the areas near the fire. I didn't know, but the man in the white coat told me anyway. In the depths of those flames, I alone survived. Please, stop. I bore witness to so much death and pain. I bore witness to endless suffering and sorrow. I saw so many die that had to hold mass funerals. I bore witness to so much grief, to so much different sentiments for the dead. I thought, just end it already. Hey. I thought I had to remember it all. I had to. So many wanted to help. And not one of them got their wish. And since my wish was granted, it followed that I should take on the weight of their death. No. I had to. I couldn't go on if I didn't. No more. Oh, excuse me. Return. That's why I was desperate. I tried to follow Kiritsugu's steps. For those I couldn't save, for all I couldn't do, I looked at a hero who could be a savior. Everything I once was fell away. I ignored the cries for help. I kept moving forward, void of all reason. No more. Please. And so, those I could not save passed on. One last lesson. Go on. What was lost in it all? All I thought about was going forward on behalf of the dead. I took on all the memories I had before. I locked them away, never to think of them again. The kindness of neighbors, being with my parents. I sealed them all up so I'd never have to think about it again, as if I were already dead. Don't open it up. Are we going to see some, like, pre-fire Shiro stuff? I was no longer in pain. Kiritsugu and me adopted me, and I was finally happy. And that's why. Kiro. Soro.
間違いだと思ったことが一度もなかったというのかね。
I'm telling you, don't open it. Don't open up his memories. His inner mind. Agony and pain, pure agony rips through my chest and drags me back to reality. The nausea simply doesn't end. My arms and legs are numb. My head burns. I can't breathe. Return. 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 The voices continue echoing in my head. I vomit blood. Was that because I am on the brink of death? Or is it because my psyche cannot endure the voices any longer? My chest hurts. My heart hurts. It hurts so much. I can't contain it. The wound deep inside me is the source of pain. It will continue to hurt as long as I have those memories. It will swell up and never heal. Oh, Saber. I'm seeing things. For a moment, I think I see her. But no, she shouldn't be here. Of course she's gonna be here, dude. Bite down on the pain. Begging for death is no longer an option. Even if she's just some dying dream, I can't let her see me like this. She has to think I'm okay.
これでは癒されぬままでは苦しかろう。エミヤシロ、お前はそのままで一生を終えるべきではない。
I can make out the priest voiced. It doesn't sound like him. It's too warm, too compassionate.
お前は聖杯などいらぬと言ったな。だがどうだ。仮に10年前の出来事をやり直せるとしたら、お前は聖杯を欲するのではないか。あの出来事で失われたもの、すべてを救うのだ。あの事故をなくし、エミやキリツグなどに関わらず、本来の自分に戻れる。それこそが、お前自身を救う唯一の方法ではないのか。
Salvation. Undo what happened 10 years ago. Again, it's the same thing that would want Saber to do. Remake the person I am now, who survived the cost of everyone else's that day. No, even beyond that, if I could make everything as if it never happened and no one would be hurt, why would I? I shake my head. Fevered as I am, I'm completely unable to think. I still reject the idea and the images it raises. So again, he's not on that mindset. Faults and all, you live your life the way it is. To the very end. I curse this very weakness. Yo, Scandor would agree with this. Because there... It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. The voices echo within my head. My fingers desperately claw at the wet floor. Help me. Every single one of them cries out that they wanted to go back. And I wanted that too. Even if my life was nowhere near as horrific as theirs. After Kiritsugu adopted me, I still returned to that empty field many times. I still returned, though there was nothing there. I opened a front door, and that no longer existed. I walked halls that burned to ashes years before, and I smiled at my departed mother. I wanted to go back before it all disappeared and wait for dawn to come and wake me up from this nightmare. No such miracle happened. Instead, I was left with this painful reality. But if I could live in a world where that never happened, where nobody was hurt,
さあ答えよ。お前が望むのならば聖杯を与えよう。
The priest with the miraculous callus makes his offer. Return, return. These voices will go away if I wish for it. Orphan children, if the fate had taken even the slightest different turn, it would be here with them. I would be here with them. I shouldn't have even need to think about it. I shouldn't need to. So why?
そんなことは望めない。
I face the corpses. As I refuse, I grit my teeth. My response is to deny them. Hey, he becomes clearer with that as well. A metaphor for his resolve and his understanding of that he is not a survivor victim and the blame should not be placed on him. Whatever the grail is, I'm not going to wish the dead return or change the past.
そうだ。やり直しなんかできない。
Only learn and move forward.
死者は蘇らない。起きたことは戻せない。そんなおかしな望みなんて持ってない。
Tears sting my cheek. I scream to the world that a miracle is impossible, and every time my own conclusion makes me cry. He had to give up his dream. In a way. He had to come with grips. Miracles are not real. Although fucking Bon Clay and Ivankov would be, hee-haw! Oh, God, my way! Why is the miracle of wanting ordinary happiness too much to ask for?
それを可能とするのが聖杯だ。万物すべて君の望むままとなる。
It wouldn't last. Probably would be the idea. So he claims, but I can't agree. Even if I could change the past, I shouldn't. I can't. If I do, everything will become lie. Every tear, all the agony, the memory of what was, even that cold reality, wretched as it was in my heart. Everyone who died screaming in agony, everyone who risked their lives to help another, everyone who mourned the fallen. If I were just to make it as though none of it happened, where would all of that go? What would I be doing then? The dead wouldn't return. Reality cannot be overturned. To continue onward, bearing the weight of all that is pain. Isn't that the very mark that proves something was there once? Everyone dies eventually, and sorrow fills the void they leave behind. But pain isn't the only thing left behind. It's the suffering that makes the goodness shine all the brighter. There's some truth to that. When disaster does strike, in those moments of after, you show sometimes that within the greatest darkness, there are light that shines through, revealing the better qualities of humans. Those deaths, they shaped me. The memories of Kiritsugu protected me, and those memories from the path that they eventually intertwined with others. Even though all of that will eventually be forgotten, you have to live, man. Live.
そうか。
Live and learn.
つまり
That's how you
お
can
前は
keep them alive and honor them, but never forget them.
聖杯なんていらない。俺は置き去りにしてきたもののためにも
Mm.
自分を曲げることなんてできない。
I cannot stray from this path. For all those who were left behind, who laid, I speak firmly, even from the depths of this torment, willing myself to hold on to the consciousness, thought. I force myself to remain upright. Yo, like me. I'm upright right now. I'm like, yeah, gotta lock in. And then I realized I can't hear the voices. They're not echoing in my head anymore. I wonder what they thought of my answer. Hey, Alfie, how's it going, man? Funny enough, in Fate, you cannot change the past. If anyone tries to change, they will create a singularity, possibly a lost belt. Right, that's the idea in the FGO stuff. I've only done like a couple lost belts. I haven't done all of them yet that are out. But that's the idea of the later on threats with Fate Grand Order, that people are trying to change the past. They're trying to cause singularity differences, and that leads down to very drastic timelines that we have to deal with. It's a very cool idea, like, you know, again, pushing the idea of, you know, people kind of using the idea of Saber and Shiro's like inner desires to do that. Well, what's the negative? And there's a lot of negatives. There's a lot of negatives. Maybe we'll do an FGO stream. Who knows? Though whatever they may have thought, I think it's sad that they seem to accept it without any resentment. That's it. The answer her master arrived at. Her anger dissolves. All she can do is stare at her master, her words dying on her lips, because she realizes if she can do that, she could probably do that.
その道が今までの自分が間違ってなかったって信じている。
She's finally taking those Iskander words to heart. Despite the maimed body, as she struggles even to breathe, as she sheds the tears of one so horribly grieved,
自分を曲げることなんてできない。
apologizing to those he must climb over and unwavering in his choice of path. Yo, it's like a much more uplifting version of the idea that Griffith does in Berserk, man. To make a path laid through you, through others, and to be unwavering in your resolve to tread that path. But, like, there's, like, two sides of that similar coin. Shiro's idea and then Griffith's idea. It's like, ooh, nah, dude, don't do that. Don't do that. Her vision wavers. Her breath quivers. Jeez, busting out the dictionary. She knows his history. Just as she saw visions of her own past, she saw his. She was certain he would agree. No. She thought he had to. She meant to say, "It's not your fault," but the words died on her lips. If only he could hear it. She wanted to tell him he should not have to carry that weight. But he denies even that. No matter how tragic the past, one cannot undo it. Do Lost Belt, especially Lost Belt 6. That's my favorite. Yeah, we'll probably... Well, we'll see. We'll see what I want to do for FGO. Again, maybe we'll do it on screen. Maybe we'll generally do it on screen. Her legs nearly give out, beating her. His words are greater weight than even she can bear. To swear an oath and single-mindedly devote everything to carrying it out. She believed they were similar. We are not the same. We are not the same. How conceited. That was her greatest mistake. They were nothing alike. Deep down inside, he had come to this conclusion. So, there were very few signs, but fair. His resolve was just so strong. And so, she, who could not even believe his words, was weak.
自らの救いではなく、自らの願いを取ったか。
That's not real That's not real salvation, man. The priest releases the boy, steps over the youth with a sneer, as if he lost interest. Yo, he wants to be like Joker, bring everyone down in the mud with him, try to make everyone like Harvey Dent. Not gonna happen.
ではお前はどうだ、セイバー。小僧は聖杯などいらぬという。だがお前は違うのではないか。お前の目的は聖杯による世界の救済だ。
He's trying to gaslight people. Like, yeah, come on, be selfless like me. Do it. Have desires of darkness. She feels her own sense of reason is being impaired. The priest says he will give her the grail. He will give her what she desires, her wish granted.
それは
She has no reason to refuse. That is the miracle she's been fighting for. It is the very reason she had became a servant. What Shiro said has no bearing on her own concerns. To obtain the Holy Grail, she, Saber, the hero of the sword...
交換条件だ。 セイバー、斧が目的のため、その手で自らのマスターを殺せ。その暁には聖杯を与えよう。
Always a catch. Always a catch. I had decided I would do anything for it. Nani? His words blindside her. She doesn't even know what to think. The priest's words, while easy to understand, are anthem to everything she believes in and stands for. I guess antithesis would be another way of saying this.
どうした？迷うことはあるまい。今の小僧ならば、死んだということにも気がつかないうちに殺せるぞ。
If this was early Route Saber, then yeah. Now, too late. She's grown far too much. I mean, death can be called salvation for Shiro. Just look at Archer. True. I mean, again, it's not technically canon, but the ideas in Fate Apocrypha, with one of my favorite episodes, was with John and the Archer chick, the cat girl. She wanted to kind of be like Shiro and save people, mainly children, from suffering of the world. But then John taught her, like, listen, saving people isn't always what you believe it is. It's doing the right thing that can give them what they need. And in that case, of the scenario that was brought before them, freeing kids from suffering sometimes might mean you have to put them out of their misery. You gotta put them out of their misery. So I thought that was a very interesting idea of what salvation is. So I agree. Atalanta, yes, Atalanta. That was a good episode. That was a really good episode, and a really like hard hitting thing right there. That I feel like there's always these like what ifs, like, you know, for fanfics of like, oh, what if Shiro summoned Morgan, like, for whatever fucking reason. I want to see if he summoned John, if they would have that interaction. That would be kind of cool. That'd be kind of neat. Every Fate is canon? I don't know if that's technically true. I think the anime adaptation of Fate Extra is not considered canon. Because it goes off into a crazy direction. And then there are definitely some stuff, I think, of Fate Apocrypha that are specifically not canon. But, sure. Sure. Most of it is. Which, I'm definitely going to watch that Strange Fake. Strange Fake, I don't know if I'll start it this week, but we're definitely going to be watching Strange Fake. I want to see what's going on there. He clearly is beyond saving. Would killing him now not be a mercy? The priest steps aside. Before her stands a door leading to the crypt and her master. You have to decide. She steps into the damp room, past the priest. She cannot help herself. It's as if she steps into the depths of hell. He was made to suffer in this place, to witness his own darkness. But he refused the salvation he was offered. She grips her sword. Can you do it, Saber? Can you do it? He lays at her feet, breathing raggedly. It would be the end of a long, long journey. A bizarre adventure, if you would. The Holy Grail she desires in exchange for her life. All she must do is swing her sword one final time. A master and a servant are united until they obtain the Grail. She could end it right here.
どうした？何をためらう？聖杯と引き換えなのだぞ。交換条件としては破格だと思うのだが。
The priest's words are ringing true. For her to hesitate now would be the height of hypocrisy. Even still.
今までの自分が間違ってなかったって信じている。
His words refused to leave her mind.
私は
Though it disgusts her, she knows she's nothing like Shiro. She wants to upend everything. That day, so long ago, there must have been someone who would have drawn the sword from the stone and been a better king. So that's my idea. So don't spoil me on Strange Fake for Fate. My idea is that, because I saw the trailer, like the preview, I think Strange Fake, from what I can guess, is an alternate timeline where Saber does get her wish of someone replaced her on the selecting of the sword hill right here. And somehow, some way, she's reincarnated into the cycle of life and death, the time axis, and that blonde girl is her. That's my idea. Do not spoil me on anything like that, but that's my idea. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and we'll find out as we watch it. As we watch it. On stream. On stream. It's true. In Fate, the call route where all Magus try to reach. Shiro in Heaven's Feel projects Zeldritch, Crystal Sword, where someone can draw mana from different versions of themselves. Oh, yeah, right. He had like some weird chrono time sword. Yeah. Right. I do remember that. We gotta watch that again. Or maybe play through. Yeah, but that might be in the future, though. Like a long distance. Zeldritch is a Magus, which, with two magic. He can travel and see many parallel worlds by using spell called Caliscope, which I think is a actual card in FGO, if I'm not mistaken. I want to pull up my Google, but my Google right now probably might fuck up the game, and I don't want to take that risk right now. But I'm pretty sure that it is a card, Kaleidoscope. It's a good card. I think I have like 2 of them. There must have been someone who could build a true utopia. I mean, it depends, because utopia supposedly is already in existence, or was in existence, and that's how this whole thing started. Like, they tried to mimic utopia. The heart that loved her nation so dearly, and the young woman's doubt before she took the sword. One day, on that day, she tried to fully and forever abandon her heart, that day she drawed the sword. How did she not realize this before?
鎖にしてきた者のためにも自分を曲げることは
Hydrate. To her, this is the girl who loved her country. The girl named Alteria. I still like Artoria better. I know Nasu likes Alteria more. I like Artoria. Before she was crowned, that was not a kingly heart. A king could only believe in themselves. To deny that would be the denial of everything she gave up. What is what is lost cannot be returned. What is dead may never die. Not in this case. Her master insisted on this, even as he suffered. His pained expression alone makes her heart ache. What was it she had said? She could not start over. It was her duty as the king. So she refused over and over. What duty? To resurrect her lost nation? To select a more capable king? Or is it to wish for all the death and destruction to have never happened to begin with?
それは違う。
That was a mistake. She was raised to be a king, and that is how she lived. In that, there was no flaw. But if that led to the ruined nation, why could she not accept it? She had no regrets. It's as if she could take pride in the way she lived her life. Wishing for another chance was pointless.
そういうことなのですね。シロ。
And so, his anguished cries had finally reached her heart. It finally took a long time, but man, we finally got through, man. Her thick skull. Alright, let's see what this is. Remember not to spoil. Fate prototype, you can see the same girl summon... You can see the same girl that summons Arthur male version. I've seen Arthur male version, yes. I've seen that. His name, not really a spoiler, but her sister, on the other hand, a real monster born with magic circuits of the root. Okay. Fate prototype. I'll have to keep that in mind. I have seen male Arthur, so I kind of know a little bit what that's about, but not too much. Also, in that version, I think there's a female Merlin, because, of course, why not? Why not? All the tears, all the pain. Even her broken heart. Salvation could not come from destroying it all. But if it was undone, what would happen to everything swept aside in the undoing? I have stolen much from many, even their very lives. All that pain and regret is mine to bear. It belongs to me. That is your duty as the king. If I were to wish for a chance at something, it should be for a miracle in there and now, to not upend the past. Each countless paths, not taken before, cannot be taken by sacrificing this one. Instead, I should forge ahead and work to fulfill what with hopes have yet to come, to a true, even to this day. If she is nationless and uncrowned now, perhaps her wish should be for herself. No. She could not make a wish like that either. She chooses to take up the crown. She never suffered for the decision, not once. Even if no one ever understood or accepted her. The choice itself was her pride and joy. At the very least, she truly believed that when she drew the sword from the stone, that is her answer. Just as he found something to stand by, so too has she. Resolve. Yes. She pledged once again, so long ago, something she swore to herself. She would fight, even if she loses everything, even if everyone in the world hates her.
私が愚かだった
An oath from a king, a promise to fight against all odds. And so the king protected her country, but the country did not protect the king. And so it was the ending that may not be that may have been tragic, but if she is no longer ashamed of the path that had led
求める
here,
必要などなかった
she fulfilled her duty as the king. It led to ruin, and she saw everything through to the end. There is no need to be nothing else. Of course, I do not want everything. The only thing I ever wanted from the very start, I did until the very end, even if it meant losing so much along the way. Back to my glasses. Fun fact, female Merlin shares the same voice with Arthuria, while male Merlin has the same voice with Arthur. Really? Really? I didn't know that. What the fuck? Oh, Merlin. What are you doing, Merlin? What are you doing, Merlin? What are you doing in this? I love him, but Merlin kind of sus sometimes. I will keep this unobtainable dream deep within my heart. And it may now end.
聖杯は欲しいけれどシローは殺せない
Yo, he's like, damn it, 2 for 2? I can't get nothing tonight. She turns her sword onto her enemy. Yeah, he's like, what the fuck? Come on, someone's gotta be down in the dumps like me. Nah. Just like Batman to Joker. You were a fool, Joker. You were ready to make the world turn against each other, but you didn't suspect the last thing. That the people are ready. They're ready to believe in something. It's like, they're ready to believe. They're ready to believe.
わからぬかゲロウそのようなものより私はシローが欲しいと言ったのだ
Wow, look at that. All you gotta do, man, is just tell her, like, hey, you're cute. You're dumb. Your dream's bad for you. Let's sleep together. And then you can change a person's mind. Just like that. Also, maybe also dying helps too. Fighting together, you know. Just a little bit. And that is why my role is set. I will be his sword. I will shield him from danger. All hesitation leaves her.
聖杯はいらぬというのか、セイバ
Nah, fuck you. Fuck you. No, Merlin is sus. Female version is the dangerous one. If I'm not mistaken, female version is a beast candidate. Oh, are they? I did not know that. That's crazy. Again, it's been a while on my FGO lore, so I gotta get recalled up and actually finish the Lost Belts that are out. What's going on? And let me make sure I say your name right. Andrea Slona? Andrea Slona? What game is this? This is technically not a real game. It is the Fate Stay Night remastered visual novel. So basically, it's a bunch of reading. You'll have some decision making on good or bad endings that you can decide on. But at the end of the day, it's just you going through a storyline, you reading stuff, and yeah, that's essentially it. But this is a very important story, not only in anime and manga, but, you know, for this greater series as a whole. So I've kind of gone on one of the main 3 routes that you can get while going through this. And after that, you know, I've completed all 3 in one form or another. And then we'll probably play other Fate games later on where there's actual combat, actual gameplay. But this is Fate Stay Night Remastered. It's on PC. But if you really wanted to, you could, like, download a PDF version of, like, the original 2004 censored version. The uncensored version that came out in, like, 2002 is, like, an ecchi eroga game. So be mindful of that. Be mindful. Although I don't know if you can even download it anymore. But, yeah, that's what we're playing right now. Basically, Fate. If you know anything about Fate Stay Night, that's what we're doing right now. And welcome to the stream. You're saying you don't want the Grail?
聖杯が私を汚すものならばいらない。私が欲しかったものはもうすべて揃っていたのだから。
Hey, look at that. Look at that, Saber. We bonded with enough of Saber to make sure she didn't choose the wrong decision. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. Again, there are some gameplay mechanics in here where it's like you do have to choose some decisions with interacting with some characters, but it's not too in-depth. Yeah, she has everything she needs with her now. Her pride as the knight, her promise as a king, even the precious dream the young girl once held. Those words I do hear, the girl who professed that her only goal was claiming the Holy Grail, now says she has no need for such a thing. I called out to her as loudly as I can between ragged breaths. My vision still hasn't cleared, but I can still make out her presence. The pain is fading. My wound, which wouldn't close, begins to heal. It is because she chooses to close it.
動けるのなら私の手に触れてください。
I take her hand. Whoa, my vision returns. Yo, he has finally opened his eyes, truly. My head, so fuzzy from blood loss, rapidly regains focus. It really was.
はい。いかにゲイボルクの呪いといえど、今のシローには通じません。私のそばに
You can kind of hear in her voice too, like it's almost a melancholy kind of calmness to her voice now. Like the resolve was bittersweet and long overdue for her to finally make the choice, but now that she's done it, she's at peace. But again, it's a calm kind of peace, not of a like happy-go-lucky, upbeat kind of thing. You can hear it. You can hear it in her voice.
それより今は
We must press on. Saber turns her glaze. Glaze! Yes. She turns her gaze back to the underground sanctuary. Let's not call this place that. Let's call it the underground hellscape. Beyond the door, the last Master Kirei Kotomine stands at the threshold. To the room beyond him is Lancer. He's like, God damn it! No one's buying my bait! He looks at us strangely, as if seeing us for the first time. I mean, you say that, man, but just because no one understands your mindset doesn't mean everyone's got to be dragged down with you. The disappointment in his voice is palpable. I love it. Brah, you're an overseer. Get the fuck out of here. You shouldn't be getting it. Mhm.
私の望みを叶えるのであれば聖杯は完全でなければならない。エミヤシロ、悪いがお前たちにはここで死んでもらわなくてはならなくなった。
Nah, ain't gonna happen, bud. I tried my best to brace myself, but my body still won't listen. Even with Saber's hand in mine, it's all I can do just to stand. I cannot possibly fight, so I can only be a
そ
burden
の心
to
配は無
Saber.
用ですシロ。あなたはここにいてください。あのマスターとランサーは私一人で十分です。
Hmm.
ほう、それは大きく出たな。これは逃げた方が賢明かな、ランサー。
Goading Lancer yet again. Lancer is silent. Yo, he was listening. He was just vibing, man. He was vibing to the resolve of both Saber and Shiro. Like, damn, what the fuck am I doing here? What am I doing? I mean, you can't help it. Of course, Kotomini doesn't actually sound all that worried. He never does. He's just making it of a show.
琴峰と言いましたね。倒す前に聞いておきましょう。あなたの目的は何なのです。聖杯の選定役である身で何を望むというのですか。
A false overseer, man.
さて、言ってしまえば娯楽のためだが、それほど急を要しているわけではなくてね。
But I'm in no rush.
実を言うとな、セイバー。私も聖杯にはそう関心はないのだ。ただあれは私の趣味に合っている。私以外にふさわしい持ち主がいないのであれば、もらい受けている。
For the sake of the world. Oh my god. You can't just say my goals are entertainment and then end it with for the sake of the world. That's not how that works, man. But again, you want to try and make it work with the Grail, so. He should even be participated, but oh well, fate with their priest. They never follow rules. They really don't. They really don't. The priests are just like, hey, so like, we're gonna do whatever the fuck we want to do. It's like, sure. I mean, when does the church not want to just do whatever the hell, right? Right? Yeah. And this is why, again, like, the rulers, you know, at least for Fate Apocrypha, when you use the rulers there, it's like, that's why we gotta have some more of them in every goddamn Holy Grail, where it's like, yo, we're actually gonna really oversee this, unlike these assholes. We're gonna oversee this so we don't get this kind of shit happening. Because this is dumb. You can't be doing this, Kotomine. But he's like, but I can. Anyway. You must think me a fool. You slay a master to become one yourself, but claim innocence. You intend to pursue the Holy Grail from the start.
なに、ただの広いものだよ。ランサーのマスターを始末したのは、外からの魔術師は何かと厄介だったからだ。聖杯がああいうものなのだと外部には知られたくないのでね。早めに退場してもらった。
You were forced. You were forced. Oh my god. His little like slides and loopholes and stuff. Well, it was just happenstance. And he was an outsider. And unlike the last time when we had like that one random serial killer that summoned Caster. Yeah, probably shouldn't do that again. And you know, really, it's just retiring the master. And of course, it's just to maintain order. The hell? Kotomini became a master by killing Lancers? Yeah, you're getting caught up, Shiro. Yeah, right? Like, there needs to be a system in place to oversee the overseer. It's like, yeah, you can't just be fucking doing this shit, man. Where is the vessel? Where is the heart of this war?
知らずにかくまっていたというのか。
Aha, yes. He actually gasped. The brief moment surprise passes quickly. He's like, damn, you guys are really that dumb? With a smirk, he snaps his fingers to introduce the final piece of the puzzle. Here we go. Both Saber and Lancer tense up. Heavy footsteps echo from above.
さて、お前たちには不要だろうが、紹介ぐらいはしておこう。彼はアーチャーのサーバット。前回の聖杯戦争で私のパートナーだった英霊だよ。
Sorry, a bit of time. You're fine, man. My entire fucking speech is terrible anyway, so you're good. You're good. The golden figure makes his approach. Here we go. Yep. Gilgamesh, King of Heroes. You know, for King of Heroes, having heroes in your title at all, it's kind of bold, wouldn't you say, Gilgamesh? What truly is heroic here? Anyway. Atmospheric shifts. After making his sudden appearance, Gilgamesh crosses the sanctuary grounds to stand beside Kotomine. Dude, take off the white fluff. It's not looking good. Go back to the black leather jacket, dude. And stop slicking your hair up like you're a Super Saiyan, man. Nah, this is by far his worst look. Go back to the black leather jacket. This is not doing it, man. This is not doing it. You look like an actual bitch boy with this. Anyway, here we go. Everything unto you is underwhelming, man. Who cares?
それを言うな。私とて予想外なのだ。文句は後で聞いてやるから許せ。
なんだ。承知しているのならばいい。だが、そのヤヒな男はどうにかならんのか。あまり睨まれると殺してしまいそうになるぞ。
You weren't saying that the other night when you were running.
どういうことだ、コトミネ。その男がお前のサーバントだと。
Yes and no.
なあ、お前には説明していなかったな。彼は前回の私のサーバントだ。聖杯戦争が終結した後、意見を同じくしてな。彼は私に従い、私も彼がとどまるにふさわしい食事を用意することで、こうして協力関係になったというわけだ。
Yep. He did a lot of prep work to make sure Gilgamesh could stay here.
それがあのいけすかねえ部屋ってわけか。そりゃいいが、なぜ俺に黙っていた？
言う必要があるとでも、それとも何か彼と共同戦線を張りたかったのか。
Nah, he just wants a trustworthy master. You know what? Again, if we're gonna do what if timelines and stuff with a lot of other Fate material, yo, can we please make Issei a master and give him like Ku? That would be so awesome. If Issei like would have been the master in a what if timeline and he guided Lancer, that would have been great. That would have been amazing. But no, we can't have him be a master. Bullshit. Bullshit, please. You have added another layer of interest and intrigue. It would have been so good. It would have been amazing. Strange fake ruler cannot be summoned because participating servants pretty much incomplete. There is no saber class. All right. Don't spoil me too much on strange fake, but that's interesting. I didn't know that. An Apocrypha even summon an incomplete ruler who needed a vessel because certain ruler still existed in the last Holy Grail ruler. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the idea of a ruler is very fascinating, but it's like, again, like with a lot of things in Fate, you have to cross your I's and dot your T's. Because if you don't, like, everything like falls apart and you can only do it half-assed. It's like, oh, okay, or none at all, or not at all. So.
冗談。そんな野郎と手を組むなんざ死んでもお断りだ。
Same. And now there are 3 of them. Lancer by the stairs, Gilgamesh at the center of the sanctuary. We can't beat them all. Gilgamesh is too much for us by his own. But we can't escape with Lancer around either.
お前、奴のことは知らないって。
Of course he lied, Shiro. Of course he lied. You had your instincts. You're like, yo, this guy smells evil. Also, by the way, this is like the second time, someone's lied to like Shiro up front. It was Shinji and then Kotomine. You can argue Ilya as well to an extent, but like it's mainly those two. It's like, yeah, they lie. You take people too much at their face value, man.
人聞きが悪いな。私はこれでも神父だぞ。
Oh, bro, what is this? I'm a priest. I don't lie. You fucking... Okay.
そんなことあるか。お前は確かに前回から残ったサーバントは放っておけないって。
Oh, my goodness.
なあ、私とて驚いたのだ。アーチャーには待機を命じていたというのに、指示を破ってお前たちを襲ったのだからな。
Mm-hmm.
アーチャーを調べれば、いずれ私に突き当たるのは道理だ。故に、今後の対策を練らねばならなかった。
Mm-hmm.
どうだ。何一つとしてお前を測ってはいまい。
That's funny because in Heaven's Field in the beginning, you actually do see him and Archer just hang out in the church as they're trying to save Sakura, which is it's like, oh, what was going in his mind? It's like, I was gonna have Archer play the long Kong here, but seeing how they're already here and back, I guess Archer could stay over there. Just pretend like he's some random fucking person in church. God damn it. I blundered right into the enemy's stronghold because I trusted his word. Yeah, you have that issue. It's that issue of trusting people at their word for face value. Also, just going out by yourself is never a good decision. Like, those are like your 2 biggest issues, Shiro.
貴様がアーチャーのマスターだというのか。
そうだ。10年前の再現になったな、セイバー。もっとも、あの時私はすでにキリツグに倒され、最後の場面には立ち会えなかった。お前と顔を合わせるのはこれが2度目で。
Well, you're gonna lose again to another Emiya.
答えろ。アーチャーはなぜ残っている。あの火事はなぜ起きた。キリツグに倒されたというお前はなぜ今も生きている。
Plot. Saber's voice drips with venom. These questions must have been weighing on her for a while. She must have also wanted clarity about what she left behind 10 years ago and the disaster that had followed.
そのようなこと、言うまでもなかろう。10年前、不完全ながらも聖杯は未知、手に取ることが可能だった。私はそれに触れただけだ。キリツグとお前は強力だったのでな。分断させるための目くらましが欲しいと願ったのだが、あのような目くらましが起きるとは私も驚いた。
Wait, that means...
では、あの火災は貴様が聖杯の力で起こしたものだと。
Really? It wasn't the destruction of the Grail itself that Kiritsugu ordered. But... Wait, hold on. Wait. He got to make a wish? Alright, now I'm kind of a little confused on what happened at the end of Zero now. He got to make a wish on the Grail?
さあな。思うのだが、私でなくても聖杯は同じことをしただろう。あれはそういうものだ。万能の杯というが、その中に満ちたものは血と闇と呪いでしかない。
True.
お前も見たのだろう。聖杯を破壊した折、そこから溢れ出した闇を。アーチャーはそれを浴びてしまっただけだ。お前が聖杯さえ壊さなければ、アーチャーとてこのように迷いはしなかっただろうよ。
よまいごとを 聖杯は持ち主の願いを叶える魔法の釜だ。ならば、あの火災はお前の願望ではなかったのか。
結果だけはな。だがその過程は私が想像していたものとは違う。私はただあの土地から人がいない。
So he got to make a wish? Okay, so Kiritsugu Saber. Well, no, not Saber, because she was kind of, I guess. She reached it, but she didn't make a wish on it. So she was in proximity, but she didn't activate it. But mainly Kiritsugu and Kirei tried to make a wish. Kirei's wish came true because it was a simple wish, you could argue. Kiritsugu's wish was denied because of the whole, oh, well, humanity, and it's, seriously, like, again, this is why I don't kind of like the Holy Grail, because it's like, it's way too complicated of a wish, supposed omnipotent chalice. The chalice is it's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb. Saber as the strongest class is, Saber as the strongest class, pretty, bullshit. An old statement, just look at Archer. Yeah, honestly, like, that's something that you can definitely, like, tell, like, Nasu changed for sure going forward. Not just because he added more classes, but it's just like, yeah, when you really think about it, it's like, Sabers are, like, whatever. They're kind of like, whatever. Like, you could probably get a better caster more often than not than a fucking Saber. You know, whatever. Especially in the game. Archer's class is just done play with the rule. Every archer either prefers melee with Orion and Chiron or Trow, something like Gil and the Red Art. Yeah, true. Archers are dumb too. Archers, casters, and some berserkers. Like, out of the basic ones of the classes. It's like, when you really do step back, it's like, yeah, it's Saber's the strongest on average, maybe, but like the heavy hitters, no, no. You want to go with the other classes.
そもそもお前たちは想像力が貧困だぞ。願いが叶う。それはいいが、では願いとはどうやって叶えるのだ。まさか願った瞬間に世界が変わるとでも。
Here we go. Exactly. So the quote-unquote omnipotency of the fucking chalice.
元の聖杯はどうあれ、今の聖杯は力の渦に過ぎん。
And again, the Grail is based off of apparently like a pot of magic energy, true magic, from a place called Utopia.
精密な計算、相互作用による矛盾の修正など論外だ。あれはな、
It's simply power.
純粋な力に過ぎん。巨大な兵器と同じだ。持ち主が富を願えば、周囲の人間をことごとく殺害し、主人に幸福を与える。わかるか、あの底なしの魔力の釜はな、持ち主の願いを破壊という手段でしか。
It's a monkey's paw kind of wish vessel where it's like it's omnipotent in the sense of potential, but at the same time it's not any wish, technically speaking. That's why Kiritsugu was denied, because humanity cannot get that wish. Humanity themselves cannot achieve that wish. It's kind of bullshit, but whatever. Yeah, it's exactly. It's not what was promised, but yeah, that's what we got. It's like, yo, we did all this shit, like false advertisement for what? For what? The Grail's supposed to grant any wish to anyone who possesses it. Right. All of a sudden, oh wait, no, the Grail has a fucking methodology. Kill me. Not really though. Though it's brutally practical, I dare say. Yeah, it's a fucking match made in heaven with Kirei and the Grail. The Grail / the world and the Throne of Heroes. Like, it's like, we're all powerful, but we're gonna do things in like the most sadistic way possible, and it shows how great we are. It's like, bro, if you're all powerful, just do something nice. Just do something nice. You don't have to be such a dick about everything. The Grail granted Kiritsugu's wish. If you try, the Grail granted Kiritsugu's wish. If try to, for I am the strongest Grail, I will kill everyone, and you will be the strongest because you are the only one alive. True. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could grant his wish, I guess. It's like, oh, world peace? Got it. Everyone's dead but you. Well, I guess. I freaking guess so. That's a version of world peace. Sometimes for one to live, another must die.
その中で突出した出来事を望むのならば、何かを食いつぶして飛び上がる
Equivalent exchange.
そうなど気にしていては願いなど叶わぬ。つまりは弱者からの略奪による変動だ。それこそが最も効率の良い変革だろう。
An alteration. Yeah, she's like, bruh, like she's me right now. She's me when you find out the truth about the Grail. It's like, man, why does anyone want to do this wish then? It sounds like some bullshit. It sounds like some terrible fucking stakes here. You gotta do all this crazy shit just for it to be like, yeah, I'm gonna give you your wish, a version of it, what I see I can do. All of a sudden, it has to be what the Grail can possibly perceive. Nah, I'm good. Fuck the Grail. I can only imagine what Saber must be feeling right now. It's just like, come on now. She's trapped in a time loop for this? If what Kotomi says is true, this is not the Grail she wanted. Not even close. It's merely power to fuel the possessor's wish. It grants its owner's wish at the cost of everything else. So that is the true face of the supposedly all omnipotent power. There we go. Oh, yeah, supposedly. All right. Yo, fuck the Grail. Fuck the Grail War. You know what? You know what I would wish? I don't know how negative it would be. I want everyone to know the truth that participates in the Grail Wars going forward. Instant knowledge. However that would mean negatively, because it has to have some kind of negative outcome, fine. But every person that wants to participate in the Grail Wars proceeding forward would then know, like, oh yeah, by the way, this is some bullshit. By the way, this is like what you're actually getting. This is what your actual prize is getting. It's like, oh, I would do that. I'd be like, yo, Grail, F you. No. Akuna Shiro nearly destroyed humanity by giving them salvation. Right. Again, the salvation is not what people actually need. Not in this world's definition of what salvation is. So yeah, you would have just made the world a lot worse of a place, Saber. Most likely. Anyway. It is a tainted vessel that destroys all but its bearer. I mean, Kiritsugu was kind of destroyed afterwards, but sure. It's truly a curse given form. It really is. Like, Holy Grail? Are we sure about that? More like Curse Grail. And that is delight to my ears. Man of the cloth. Sadistic. The priest laughs. This time, it's not for show. No, he's serious. Like, hey, I want to see the world burn, man. I want to see the world burn, and I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to say, hey, the world, time to be on fire. He laughs with pure delight. It makes me realize this is a man entirely without humanity. Oh, you just realized that, huh? More than anyone else, he absolutely cannot get the Grail.
ではお別れだ。ゴミを始末しろ。ランサーは小僧、アーチャーはセイバーだ。
He turns on his heel and ascends the stairs. All that remains are me, who can barely move from injuries Kotomine's two servants, and Saber standing ready to guard me, glaring at our enemies. A tense moment passes. We need to be Gilgamesh and Lancer if we're going to have any hope of getting back to the surface. But I don't care about defeating them. If we could regroup somehow, maybe, but... Saber's voice is quiet, but her eyes never leave the enemy.
無理を承知でいます。決して私のそばから離れないでください。
That's all he ever wanted. She grips my hand firmly in her own. I can tell she's ready to go at any moment.
意地でもついていくから、俺のことは気にかけるなよ。
I nod back. I can barely walk. We both understand just how bad this is, but Saber is telling me she will do everything she can to get me through this. What can I do but agree?
信頼しています。
Her voice is quiet but firm. To battle. To battle! And at that moment, she lets go of my hand to charge ahead. Both shadows react to her in an instant. Saber and I are struck dumb. What just happened? Lancer jerks his spear off course, away from me, straight for Gilgamesh, who baits the attack aside with a long sword as if he expected it. I like this. I like this. Lancer versus Archer. Here we go.
そうか。随分と軽い槍なのだな、貴様のそれは。
Both men withdraw, unhurried and unconcerned.
言っておくが、貴様の標的はあの雑種だ。セイバーは俺に任されたものだと覚えているか？
Yeah.
ああ、それね。悪いが気が変わった。霊樹で命令されたわけじゃねえしな。
You can choke on it for all I care. He says that. Lancer turns to face Gilgamesh, almost as if protecting us.
ランサー、あなたは
Don't get it twisted. He wants to fight you.
くだらねえことなら口にするなよ。別に貴様に肩入れしているわけじゃねえ。俺は俺の心情に肩入れしてるだけなんだからよ。
Lancer's levels his spear at Gilgamesh. His intent is clear. He actually does mean to let us go.
まあ、いい加減我慢の限界でもあったしな。ここまで舐められて、おいそれと命令を聞くほどよくできた人間じゃねえってことだ。奴と。
ほう。では契約を切るということか。聖杯は目の前だと。
He doesn't care. That was never his goal.
このまま消えて。
てめえと一緒にするな。元よりな、俺は二度目の聖なんぞに興味はない。いや、英雄なんて連中はな、どいつもこいつもそんなものに興味はねえんだよ。俺たちはこの世に固執してるんじゃない。果たせなかった未練に固執するのみだ。まあ、てめえみてえに欲の皮が突っ張った怨霊にはわからないだろうがな。
Yo, call him out. Call him out. Call him out. Exactly, Ku. Kyrie has humanity. He understands pain, but then rejects it if he embraces it and feels pleasure from it. It's pretty fucked up, but that's also what it means to be human. I mean, yes, he has humanity on one side of the aisle. So, but yes.
なるほど。死に際が鮮やかだった男は言うことが違う。この裏切りも英雄の誇りとやらに沿ったものか。まったく。斧が信念を貫くのは厳しいな、ランサー。
The air behind Gilgamesh raps, like he's a Baki character. Weapons appear out of nowhere in space behind him.
ランサー、あれはあらゆる宝具の原型を持つもの。我らの中で最も古い歴史を持つ英雄王です。いくらあなたでも1対1では。
That's why we have you.
そうかよ。なるほど。道理で偉そうなわけだ。やりたい方。
ランサー、強がりを言っている場合では。
いいからさっさと失せろ。助言なんざしやがって何様のつもりだ。かばった程度で仲間意識持ちやがって。たく、これだから育ちのいい騎士様ってのは気に食わねえ。
That's why I can't stand you chivalrous types. In his own way, Lancer's urging Saber to run. Saber hangs her head for a moment.
ご分を。この恩は必ず。
Damn, another person's gotta stand back and guard the way for us. Taking my hand, she makes for the stairs.
しまった。逃がしてしまったか。
Gilgamesh just watches us, making no move to follow.
なんだ。セーバーはてめえの獲物じゃなかった。
Yeah, right? What happened to your mind, Saber?
いや、実はな、俺もこのような決着は好みではなかったのだ。貴様がやらなければ、俺が同じことをしていただろう。
Really? What do you want, man? We make it up the stairs. Saber must still be worried about how I'm doing, as we don't move very fast. The pain, on the other hand, doesn't much care how slowly we're moving, as it doesn't dull in the slightest. The rising tension and sense of impending violence grows.
てめえもセーバーを逃がすつもりだったのか。
当然だろう。俺にセイバーを殺す気はない。だが、聖杯を呼ぶためにはそういうわけにもいかん。儀式の完成にはあと一人、サーバントに死んでもらわなければならぬからな。
I mean, somewhat complete, because, you know... I guess he's not technically part of the Grail War, so... A multitude of swords appears in the darkness basement. The Golden Knight smirks. This was why he was ready for Lancer's surprise attack. Lancer wasn't the only one planning to turn on his would-be ally.
初めからそのつもりかよ。てめえ。
言ったであろう。貴様がしなければ、俺がそうするつもりだったと。褒めてやるぞ、空風林。これは俺にとって理想の展開だ。
Yo, he's only given his pleasantries to two people, you and Iskandar. Take it. Take it, man. No humanity is a machine like being Kirei. Pretty bitter without humanity that will understand humanity. Yeah, yeah. The two come together. We make it out just before I see the initial volley. Ooh, new church scene. I stop. I make it out of the church, but my body tells me it reached its limit.
シロ、ここで休みましょう。これ以上はあなたの体が持たない。
そうだな。悔しいけど、これじゃセイバーに迷惑をかける一方だ。
I lean away from Saber's shoulders and sit on the grass. My chest wound is still there. It stopped bleeding, and still a gaping hole in my chest. The pain might be gone, but I've still got a hole right through me. Just looking at it makes me sick to my stomach. More than that, I can't believe I'm still alive.
シロ、傷を見せてください。
いや、いいけど。
では失礼します。少し痛みますが、耐えてください。
Saber's finger trail over my chest. Ooh. And then, I don't know what she's thinking, but Saber places her hand on my chest and then lets it sink into my body. My entire body jerks and bucks within response. Saber's hand is relentless, moving around inside me. She's touching my organs with her bare hands. How could that not be blindingly painful? It should hurt, but... Oh god, flashbangs, please. There's absolutely no pain. In fact, everywhere Saber touches, it feels as if the pain is fading.
終わりました、シロ。鞘に魔力を補充しましたから、半日もすれば
So the
傷は癒え
sheath
るでしょう。
is inside of him. Okay, that's confirmed. That is confirmed. Your wound should heal in half a day. She draws her hand from my chest, looking relieved. I have no idea what she's talking
サ
about.
イバー、鞘ってなんだ？前もそんなことを言ってた気がするけど、もしかしてその鞘ってお前の鞘のことか？
Saber's sheath. It has to be Excalibur's sheath. Invisible Air isn't her sheath. The legendary sheath of Excalibur is a noble phantasm that makes it posers immortal. But she doesn't have it. King Arthur died on the battle of Comlin because the sheath was lost. So there's no way Saber has Excalibur's sheath right now.
はい。私の鞘は、あなたの体の中にあります。それを確信したのが昨夜というのは、私の落ち度でしたが。
俺の体の中に。バカな。
Maybe.
そんな。
そうでしょうか。思えば簡単なことだったのです。
Oh, simple. Please, Fate, let me hear
シロは
this.
私を召喚した。今までそれを偶然だと考えたことが愚かでした。
Especially with Shiro's, level.
英霊にゆかりがあるシンボルがなければならない。マスターとしての知識もなく、魔術師としても未熟だったシローが私を呼ぶには、それを補ってあまりある接点がなければならない。それが私の鞘。失われたエクスカリバーの鞘だったのです。
いや。
But when did it get in there?
そうかもしれないけど、だから、なんだってそんなものが俺の中にあるんだ。
それは、おそらくキリツグが行ったことでしょう。前回の戦いで、エミやキリツグは、エクスカリバーの鞘を触媒にして私を召喚した。聖剣の鞘は持ち主の傷を癒す宝具です。キリツグはそれを私に返すより、自身が持っていた方が有利と判断したのでしょう。私には治癒能力があるし、死ににくい。それよりシニアが鞘を持つ方が戦いには勝ち残れる。
じゃあ親父も今の俺と同じような状態で戦いを勝ち残ったってわけか。
おそらくは。そして戦いが終わり、私が消えた後、キリツグは焼け跡の中をさまよい、死にかけている子供を見つけた。キリツグには治療の力はありませんでしたし、あったところで手の施しようがなかったのでしょう。だからその子供を助ける手段は彼には一つしかなかったと思うのです。
My hand goes to my chest. On that day, 10 years ago, I accepted death as I was looking up at the sky. My whole body was burned. Maybe I really was a little bit more cinders. So when Kiritsugu found a kid that was barely alive, he had to rely on the one thing he had with him. The sacred sword sheath. To protect the possessor's life. By implanting the sheath in me, he saved the child who was on the verge of death.
じゃあ、本当に
Just curious. Damn, we still have a lot. Oh, man, yeah. We had technical glitches, too, but, yeah, we're probably not going to finish tonight. So, I'll have to revamp. I'll have to revamp the title of the stream. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll try to do something Saturday and try and do some more Fate. But we'll see. We got a busy schedule this week. So, we might have to yet again push it next week. Damn.
はい分解され原型をとどめてはいませんが
Life does
確
not
か
go
に
as
シ
you
ロの
plan.
中には鞘がありますそれがあなたの治癒能力の源です
So your body does contain a sheath, the source of your healing ability. So he's always had the sheath inside of him. With Gaybolg, shouldn't the sheath then heal them regardless of Rin giving him the family jewel in the beginning? I feel like, I feel like that could have been changed out or retcons or something like that. I don't know. Let me see. Shiro fused with the sheath. She does not have it, pretty much. Shiro is now the sheath. That's why Shiro was able to create a reality marble, considering what effect that would do to the fusion of magic circuits. Muyo versus Shiro able to create reality marble. Think of the fusion with Archer. Oh, interesting. Okay.
けど俺一度死にかけたぞ学校でランサーに刺されてそれで
That's right. Someone saved me then. Yeah. And gave you the pendant. So the idea was that the pendant was fueling a healing spell. But not necessarily true, I guess. It was like adding on to probably already the scabbard. By the time I came, there was nobody there, just a piece of rock lying next to me. I felt that there was really something important, so I brought it home. No wonder. I wonder if it's still there.
それは私と契約する前の話でしょう
Yes.
鞘は私の宝具です私が限界し魔力を注がなければ宝具としての能力を発揮しない
Okay. So it's inside of him as a prop, but until she is here, it doesn't work. Okay.
まあ多少は魔力さえ注げば持ち主の命を保護するでしょうですがそれも微弱なものです死にかけた人間を救うには鞘そのものと同化させるしかなかったはずです
そうかそのすまんセイバーお前の鞘をこんなことで使っちまって
何を言うのですシローは私のマスターなのですから私のものを使うのは当然ではないですか
Look at that.
それにシローがそうなのだと知って私は嬉しかった何も守れなかった私でも、あなたの命を救えていたのですから
Hey, look at that. Her smile is so bright, I can't help but look away.
傷が痛むのですか
いやそうじゃないいいんだ気にしないでくれセイバーは何も悪くない
I cover my blushing face and fall silent. This is so embarrassing. Not speaking means no pain, but this is really awkward. I'm not sure how much time has passed. Just as I stare to calm down, Saber speaks quietly.
彼は私を裏切ってなどいなかったのですね
Her voice is heavy with regret.
セイバ
あの聖杯は私の求めるものではなかったいいえ元より聖杯など必要ではなかったのです
Little retroactive
それ
Kiritsugu
に気が
there.
ついていたのでしょう
It sounded more like a confession. Saber is making an apology to someone she can't even apologize to. Not anymore. She reflects on herself as a way of saying goodbye to the feelings she held for so long. Even if she doesn't say it in so many words. I understand just by being beside her. Look at this image. Look at this image right here. Artoria sought the Holy Grail. A lonely king who had no choice but to believe that without the Holy Grail she could not avoid ruin. If only she had wished to redo everything from the moment she drew the sword from the stone.
それは
Archer give back the pendant to Rin, but Shiro still kept the pendant. That's pretty much explains it. Yeah.
分かっていました。やり直しなんてできないのだと。私はそれを知りながら、必死に自身を偽り続けてきたのです。
But that ends here. Her long battle now. Really?
あなたのおかげで、ようやく取るべき道が分かりました。
You know, she looks so peaceful there.
ええ。あの聖杯もこの私も、あり得てはいけない夢だったのです。
Man, I don't want to go that far. Yo, this outfit's cool and Saber. But she still mumbles about wanting to be forgiven. She should never wished for what she did. And in the end, and in all that time she did, had never been able to fulfill it. The weakness was only a fleeting dream. How should I feel right now? What she says is beautiful. Everything she does is beautiful. To Shiro. Her decision is dignified and proud, just like her. She takes pride in her past now and accepts the end that awaits her. And now Saber she has decided to follow the promise she made until the very end. She doesn't even need to tell me what that means. She will never waver again, and she is more beautiful than ever. In the dark of the night, in the moment I met under the moonlight, admired her appearance, I loved her from the very beginning. Then, regardless of what awaits ahead, there's only one thing to be done now.
聖杯を壊そう。
I cut away and linger, attachment. I brandish myself, and say what has to be done.
はい。あなたならそう決断すると信じていました。マスター。
Saber nods reassuringly. I can't smile back at her right now. Trying my best to suppress my feelings for her and convince myself that this is the right thing to do, I ensure that someday I'll be proud she treasured me with the decision. I stand up. Now that that's settled, we can't just rest here forever. We know what must be done. Our enemy is very clear. No more detours. Today, we put an end to the battle. All right. Let me see what time it is. Oh, it's almost 1. All right. Let me see. How much more do we have left? All right. I'm going to go for like another couple more minutes. And then we'll like end the stream. We will not probably get done the stream or the game today. I wanted to, but due to technical difficulties and whatnot, probably not going to happen. So we'll either probably maybe try and do it again this week. We'll see if we have any availability. Or we'll do it next week. So next week for sure, we're ending the Fate Remastered. I managed to make it home leaning on Saber's shoulder. The wound in my chest hasn't completely healed. According to Saber, I'll need to lie for still a few hours. I bite my lip. I curse my body for refusing to listen to me, even though I know what I need to do now.
シロ、何か今よからぬことを考えませんでしたか？
As always.
別に何も考えてないぞ。
まったく、あまり無茶を言うと怒りますからね。戦いは傷が完治してからです。最後の戦いになるのですから、お互い万全の体制で臨みましょう。
そうだな。焦るより今は準備を整えないと。
I'm thinking about where Kotsumini went, about how to defeat Gilgamesh. There's just so much that we need to be considered. For now, though, we need to rest and wait until night. Yep. You fools. Which is crazy because Saber, you got told by Rin in a way, but yeah, we knew. We knew this was coming. Oh, there's blood. There's no one inside. The house feels different. Mangled with the smell of something burning, I can just pick out the strong scent of blood. I run. I ignore my chest wound. I run to shake off the chilling running down my back. Will she die in this one? We'll see. I run through the corridor, turn a corner, pass through a familiar curtain that divides one room of the house from another. And, alright guys, let me see. I don't think Rin's gonna die. I doubt Rin's gonna die. That'd be crazy though. Like, again, we would just be pushing further and further that this route would be above the rest. The scene greets me in anything but familiar. Well, I mean, if she... I've been fooled once. Let's see. Let's, you know, pulse. Let's check. Voice trembles. I don't know what happened. All I know is that Tosca is looking at me, breathing weakly.
やっと帰ってきた。まったく、もうちょっとで寝ちゃうところだったじゃない。バカ。
Bruh, I have not seen her this beat up at all in the entirety of all the other routes, man. This is the most beat up Tosca has ever been. Good lord. Even against Berserkers, you didn't get this beat up that much. If you don't die from this, I'd be shocked. What the hell is she saying? It looks like she's really struggling even to speak. But she tries to make conversation like nothing was wrong. No one die? We'll see. I'll spoil. No spoilers. Saber nods and turns to run to the bathroom. You're gonna get a doctor? Okay, bud. I panic, and as I pulled out the first aid kit. You treated yourself? Jesus. Tosaka is panting, but she looks straight at me. I don't know what the hell she's trying to say. I'm confused. But I just nod and listen to what she has to say. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this because this is a gnarly panel of Tosaka. Again, the most injured I have ever seen of her. Is she pretty beat up in Heaven's Feel? I forget.
止めぐらい自分でできる。
Can you, though?
それよりごめん、留守を任されてたのに。
I finally put two and two together. Tosca wounded, the living room in disarray, and Ilya
で
gone.
きたのは琴峰か。
She nods. He's the only enemy left, so there wasn't much point in asking. But Saber and I were the only ones who knew Kotomini was our enemy. It must have been a shock for Tosca. Nah. I feel like she's always kind of been ready. The seventh master is her teacher and
謝
guardian.
るな。いくらお前でも騙し討ちされたらどうしようもないだろう。お前、なんだかんだ言って琴峰を信頼してたしさ。
Always trusted him. Again, bold assumptions.
そうね、正直甘く見てた。
There you go.
自
Underestimated.
分一人でもなんとかなるってうぬぼれてたみたい。
She coughs up blood. Crap, I can't let her keep talking.
話は後にしよう。今は動くな。すぐに手当てをして休ませてやるから。
お願い。けどその前に伝えておかないとダメっぽい。いいシロ。これが最後の助言だからきちんと聞きなさい。
That's ominous. Yeah. But I nod. This is serious. Especially if she's so insistent on telling me, even if she's wounded as is. I couldn't stop her from speaking up, even if I wanted to.
まず一つ目。琴峰の目的はイリアよ。あの子が今回の聖杯の器だって、あいつは初めから知ってたんでしょうね。
イリアが聖杯。
Mm-hmm.
正確にはあの子の心臓ね。魔術師っていうのは魔術回路を持った人間だけど、イリアは魔術回路を人間にした子なの。 サーバントが残り一人になった時、あの子自体が聖杯を下ろす器になると思う。
じゃあ、イリアは琴峰に。
連れて行かれたわ。でもセイバーがまだ健在なら道は開かない。琴峰だって器になるイリアをどうにかしようなんて考えないはず。
Doesn't know. I can only hope so. Lancer won't be an easy servant to beat. True, but even if he couldn't defeat Gilgamesh, he might at least have been able to run away. I would hope so. That seems to be a good talent of his. I'll just have to hope he did. This isn't the time to tell Tosca anyway.
イリアは俺が助け出すから安心しろ。
そう。じゃあ二つ目。琴峰の居場所だけど、きっと竜道寺だと思う。
It's always going back to Ryu the Temple,
聖
man.
杯の高齢場所として、あそこ以上の場所はないもの。
It is a holy place with a lot of ley lines.
教会はもう引き払ってるだろうし、隠れてるとしたらあの寺だから。
琴峰がいるのは竜道寺だな。
She doesn't even seem to have the strength to move her head. She nods
じゃあ
away.
最後。あなたじゃ綺麗にはかなわない。それでも戦う？
Yep. That's what we said to the same thing of Berserker. We can't defeat him. And what do? We fought him. She's not asking as a friend, but as a mage who truly understands the situation. Alright. Let's save for our decision tree. You can't beat Kirei. Are you still going to fight him? The question. She's not asking as a friend, but as a mage who truly understands the situation. I think the smart answer she would like is there a method. Is there a method? Let's go there.
トサカ。
Yep. I'm going to settle things with Kotomine. Even if I don't have a chance of winning, I can't run away. If Tosaka has a plan, I'll hear her out no matter what it
残
is.
念ながらけど選別をあげる。ご信用のものだけど何もないより役に立つわ。
Tosaka reaches behind her and pulls out a single dagger. What is that? Azoth? What is that? Like some elder god shit? This is a well-known dagger, perhaps even famous. Funny enough, Shiro can beat Gilgamesh with unlimited blade works, and with the help of Avalon, that he can shield Shiro from Aya. Too bad he did not learn. Too bad he did not learn in Unlimited Blade Works. Yeah, true. Yeah. He didn't quite understand his Avalon route. Also, I do think Avalon is probably stronger in this route than it probably would be in Unlimited Blade Works because he has the whole link with Saber by giving up some of his magic circuits to unlock her cycle a little bit better so she can get energy more. So I think his Avalon probably is a lot more also just inherently more hardy off the gate because of that. But if he would have learned about that, would have maybe still given Saber some portion of his magic circuits for what reason, I have no idea. He wouldn't be able to cast or project the Calibrim sword, but nonetheless, just having more awareness of Avalon with unlimited blade work, you're almost getting the best of both worlds. It is used for rituals rather than for battle. It's a magical wand in the shape of a sword used to form magic circles and to intervene in mystics that have taken shape. Oh. The word Azoth is engraved in the jewel of the handle. Its blade isn't as long as a typical dagger, which probably fits Tosaka perfectly well. This is the Azoth blade, a sword favored by a famous scholar of mystics who took the world by storm some time ago. It is meant for mages to prove that their training is complete. The Azoth blade is not unlike the sort of gift one receives for getting college. Oh. Oh, that's sweet.
これは
見ればわかるでしょ。私の探検よ。宝石に比べれば微々たるものだけど、それでも気が向いた時には魔力を込めてた。レストって叫んで、ありったけの魔力を流し込めば発動するから。
She hands me the dagger. It's surprisingly heavy. Not physically heavy. Rather, I can feel the weight of Tosaka's memories in it.
トサカ。いいのか、これは預かって。
Yeah.
いいのよ。綺麗に勝てないって分かって最後まで隠し通したんだから。このまま使わないのも尺だし、あんたが使って。
わかった。遠慮なくもらっとく。正直、武器は大いに越したことはない。
なんだ、分かってるじゃない。なら、もういいかな。いい加減、もう眠くて眠くて。
I hear you. She laughs, embarrassed. The next thing I know, Saber is standing behind me, waiting to treat Tosaka.
寝ろ寝ろ。朝になったら起こしてやるから。そしたら、腹いっぱい飯食わせてやる。
そうする。最後に、これは忠告じゃなくて命令。シロ、やるからには死んでも勝ちなさい。私が起きた時、あんたがくたばってたら許さないから。
That's very fair. Like these are the personality traits that I do like about Tosaka. Like these a lot more like win no matter what kind of stuff. Like when it's done in this regard, I feel like it's a lot more pure. So I don't know if it's because of her not being in a romantic sort of view compared to Unlimited Blade Works that I like it more, but I also at the same time just feel like this viewing of Rin is a lot better than what we got in Heaven's Field. But again, supposedly the adaptation did cut out a lot of stuff, so I don't know. That's just me. Unlimited Blade Work counter Gate of Babylon with Avalon countered of Aya. Yes. No. I understand. I understand that. It's just I think Avalon would have been a lot stronger if in that route he also would have had the magic circuit link with Saber, but he didn't do that. So imagine if he did have that, and on top of that, he could actually project Calibrim at the same time. Oh my goodness. Woo! Use the dagger that oh right. Yeah. I forgot about that. You're so true. Use the dagger that killed Rin's father to kill Kirei, who used the dagger and gave it to Rin as a gift. You're so right. Yo, that's poetic. That's actually poetic. I like the fist fight at the end of Heaven's Field, but that's a poetic story right there. That's a come around story. Yo, wait a minute, man. Once again, Fate Route, another shocking, another Fate Route W. And Tosca drifts right off to sleep. All right, I'm probably going to call it in a second. She looks well enough, so I feel a little stupid for worrying about her. But then again, I know that's her way of cheering me on. And her words really do invigorate me.
任せとけ、トサカ。
I nod at Tosca, sleeping form. Everything's all set. All that's left is to spend the next few hours without any regret while my wounds heal. All right. I think this is the perfect place to stop. I think this is the perfect place. I'm curious what you would have gotten with this option here. There's more. Oh my goodness. But this is a very poetic way to take out Kirei. So you know what? I'm okay with this decision. I am okay with this decision. All right. We're going to call it here. I was not going to be able to finish this tonight, unfortunately. I probably would have had to start at 9 o'clock, but even then, we still had technical glitches. So, sad. So, my best guess then, I guess, is either I'm going to try to have to do a stream Saturday, or we're just going to have to do a Monday stream next week, and hopefully we won't have to go into Tuesday. That's just gonna have to be the plan. And then we should be done Fate. For real this time. Shiro can even project divine weapons. Just look at the Miyu-verse. Shiro fight and Gilia, who uses Gilia's card. Hold on. Isn't that the Loli-verse? I'm pretty sure that is. That's the Loli-verse one, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's not the Loli one. That was not. Hold on. What are you? Why do people say Miyu-verse Shiro is the most badass? The Miiverse is an alternate world from the Fate Catalan Linear Primaria Elia series, where Miua Eldovix, a wish-granting child and potentially Holy Grail, originates, and it's also the world that series that Shiro Emiya comes from. In this world, Shiro becomes a capable mage and guardian of Miwa, but their lives are disrupted when Miwa is kidnapped. And okay, so is this a manga? Because I know of Elia's prison. I know of that one. I know of that one. The loli one. But is this a manga? I'm gonna guess so. I'm gonna guess this is a manga from what I'm looking at here. Miwa's world is the world. Let me see. Bro, Wiki, please. Okay, so it's more of the manga rather than the anime. That's more loli based. Okay. So which one does he appear? Because there's apparently a lot of the Prism stuff. Which one does I'm assuming it's this guy. It's this guy. So let me see if I can show you guys real quick. I'll close out Fate. Make sure nothing crashes. I assume it's this one right here. And I'm seeing some manga images. But there's like a bunch of Prism Elias. So which one does this guy come from? I assume it's not. You know, I should be careful. Hold on. I know it gets rather sus. So hold on. Yeah, okay. Good thing. Yeah, I know it's not. It can't be from this one, right? Because this anime and it's multiple continuation animes. They're more spoofy, if I'm not mistaken. They're more spoof based than anything seriously. So I'm assuming this is not from an actual anime adaptation so far. This is probably from an actual manga adaptation. But I assume there's also multiple mangas. Let me see the chat. Let me see. In the universe, Shiro. In the universe, Shiro, we can see Archer's true power. Okay. To be honest, Archer can never use his true power, even fighting against Berserker. Archer's still hurt from Saber, and while in Unlimited Blade Work, Archer not having a master, but also able to use Ias. Oh, true. Yeah. So we've always seen a nerfed Archer, is what you're saying. Oath Undefined the Snow. Yes, Oath Undefined the Snow. It's a movie. Oh, it's a movie. Okay. Yo, they got so many variations, man. They really do. Got some crazy variations. I wonder. Hold on. Maybe. Let me see. No. I'm going to have to restore my page. All right. I'll have to see. I'll have to get that up. I want to see if it was on the site that I normally use. But okay, maybe we'll watch this. And if I can find it. If I can find a link to this. If I can find a link to this, maybe. And then... Let me see. Does it have a manga? I think it does. It does have a manga. All right. So this is the stuff of Ilia's Prism that I'll actually read and watch. I'm not going to read or watch the loli stuff. That's like spoofy. I want to know it for the actual lore. The actual lore. Not... Let me see. Yeah, not this. Not the magical girl shit. Oh my god. Yo. Get me out of here, actually. Hold on. YouTube's going to be like, what are you doing? Not here. I want that. Yeah, I want this. I want only this stuff. So, if I can find the link to the movie, we'll watch this. And I'll read the manga probably on my own time. So, that's cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so we have Oath Underbreaker. Yes, it's from that one. Season 2, above that show gets serious. In Extra, Archer, like really the second Gilgamesh, even able to project Excalibur. I think so, right? Yeah. In Extra, I think I remember that. Watch the movie and go straight into season 2. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, so yeah, definitely in the future, we will definitely watch the Oathbreaker at some point, or Oathbreaker. Jamie Lannister. We'll definitely watch Oath Under the Snow. I don't know about the manga. I don't know about the manga over here, but that would be kind of cool to read the manga. And then for sure, yeah, we're watching the anime. We're gonna watch this. Oh my god, Gilgamesh. But I saw the trailer. I saw the trailer, so I knew he was gonna be in this. I don't know what the fuck's he doing at a gambling table, but we'll get to that. So we're gonna watch Strange Fake. We're definitely gonna watch Strange Fake. The next game that we play of Fate is probably gonna be Samurai Remnant because I haven't played that game. In the future, we'll probably play Extra and stuff. But yeah, I want to play this. I want to play this so bad. So yeah, we still got a lot of Fate stuff. Oh, and of course, Fate Hollow. We're going to play the remastered Fate Hollow and see what's going on in this route. Because I have this motherfucker in my FGO account. I have no idea who the hell, like, this Shiro or, like, what version of Shiro is this? We'll find out. I know this is, like, you told me, I think it was actually you, Alfie, that this is a universe where all the servants live normal lives and shit. To a certain degree. So I'm curious on how the fuck we get to this scenario. So... yeah. Oh my god. So you have the 3 regular routes. You have, if you want to go as far as the Oath Under the Snow route, then you have the Fate Hollow route of the main Fate storyline. After that, I don't care. Any other routes to me are probably not important. Like we have like basically 5 routes for the main Fate storyline. That's all I'm going to care about. You and you. No more Shiros. After that. We've got too many goddamn Shiros in this series. Good lord. There's just so many. All right, so that's, I think, Oathbreaker. I have no idea who you are. I guess it's... oh, that must be the full power archer that can do the Excalibur shit. Yeah. Like, it's already, crazy what these 3, like, are so varying on. Then you want to get into, like, whatever the hell's going on in Hollow. And then you're going to get into, like, Oathbreaker. It's like, all right, you 5, I assume maybe are the representations. Only 5. That's it. There are no more. Like, I've seen this picture before. This is too many Shiros. This is far too many Shiros. This is too many goddamn Shiros. Like, look at this. This is disgusting. We don't need this many Shiros. 3 to 5. That's it. No more Shiros. No more. We're good. We're Peach and Danny. Oh my god. Fucking type chart. There's a freaking Pokemon type chart for this. Oh my. Bro, does he even count though? Wait a minute. We're kind of making this because he's not technically Shiro. But sure. I guess. He's from another alternate universe. Like, he's from an alternate universe, not the mainline universe. It's like JoJo's Part 7 type shit over here, but fine. I guess he counts. Yo, this fucking my weapon is steel. My weapon is arrows. My weapon, guns. All right. So yeah, I'll take your advice. We'll watch probably Oath on the Snow at some point if I can get a link, and then maybe season 2. Maybe season 2, I guess, of Elia. I assume that's what you were saying. In Extra Archer, like really the second of the yeah, we already did that. Watch the movie and go into season 2. There's even Shinji I don't count him though. Like again, it's kind of a stretch to include him. Muramasa I don't count. Muramasa I don't count because it's just using Shinji's body. Shiro's body. You're just using his body. It's the same thing. It's like, if that's the case, then are we counting Ishtar? Are we counting Ishtar and her fucking sister? I forget. Ishtar and oh my god. Ereshkigal. Are we counting them as Rins? Are we like? I mean, we can do that. We can do that. We can count them as Rins. But it's like, yo, I'm sure some people would get upset. So I don't count Muramasa. I don't count Muramasa because I wouldn't do that for the Rins that are like Ishtar and Ereshkigal. I also wouldn't count that for that one Indian goddess, that's Sakura. And then let me see. Yeah, I wouldn't count the one that's for Taiga, the fucking leopard one, Jaguar Man. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I would just count the actual Shiros. But this is too much. Far too many Shiros. All right, we gotta go. Oh my god, it's already 1:30. Oh goodness. That Emiya altar, he can project his whole unlimited blade work into a bullet and literally impale. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. It's some dumb shit, but yes. All right, we gotta head out. This is enough Shiros for one night. Shiro, you're so far. Peak Shiro is fucking Fate Route. Coming into character. I'm not gonna get into power stuff. Like we're going over that a little bit right now, but like I'm not gonna go into power stuff. I have no idea which is the greatest Shiro. I don't even know all these fucking Shiros, so I'm not even gonna bother. But peak character Shiro to me so far is probably Fate Route by a mile. It's Fate Route. And we'll see about the other rounds. We'll see. All right, we're gonna call it here for the night, guys. So next week at the latest is going to be when we're going to be finishing this off. We're going to do it. We're going to finish this goddamn game. We're going to finish it, and then we're going to move on. We're going to move on and do our new plan that we should have done this week, but life. Let's see. For me, it's like a fuge. Just look at Strange Fake Ishtar. There's a strange. Okay, you know what? We'll get to that. Has Rin as a body really mellowed down this Ishtar? All right. Fair enough. Okay, guys. So, thank you for coming out of the stream. Please like the stream. Comment, because YouTube likes that. And, of course, hit the bell to know that when we go live. We do now have a schedule. Actually, can I bring it up? Let me see if I can bring it up real quick. Where's my schedule? There it is. We have a schedule now. So it is officially on the post of the channel. So you can go check that out. It will be posted every top of the week. So you have an outline of what we're going to be doing. If I'm making any adjustments or changes, I will update you guys, of course, with another post on YouTube and on Twitter. So go check me out there. But yes, we now have a schedule. But if you want to stay more informed to when we go live, hit the bell notification. And of course, finally, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be back tomorrow with anime stuff. I think I have a lineup that I want to do tomorrow. I'm just going to make sure that my site is good and ready to go. Yeah, that's going to be fun. And then, of course, we got other read-throughs for later this week. We'll see about Saturday if we're going to try and maybe do Fate then. We'll see. I might be busy. But if not, Monday for sure. We're getting done. We're getting done remastered. And then we're moving on. We are moving on. All right. So, thank you again, guys. Please, again, like and subscribe. This has been a great journey. Loving the engagement I get. Senji Muramasa and Noble Phantasm, just unlimited blade work, just fusion with all the swords. Yeah, essentially. All right, guys. So until next Fate, which will be at earliest Saturday, late Monday, and then for the next stream will be tomorrow. Anime might be some Fate stuff there too. If you're interested in more Fate, come for that. But we'll be doing a couple lineups for anime tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. All right. I gotta go. It's late as hell for me. Alfie, thank you very much for showing up. To everyone else that showed up today that was either lurking or commenting, thank you very much. I could not do this without you guys. Much love. Much love. All right. I'm gonna head out. And next time we'll discuss more about Shiro, because why not? Because there's too many Shiros to talk about, man. There's too many. I'm scared. All right. Peace. Love you all. Oh. Stay hydrated. Make sure you drink. Have a good day, good night, wherever you may be. More Fate next time. Hopefully no glitches. I pray.